Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Break it down! Woo! You just made the list!
Oh, I knew he was going to do that. I just knew he was going to do that. He don't need Janetti. Damn! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Praise to the top, oh yeah.
It's the man! What the rock in cooking!
Bullet Club for life, good bout, and good night, baby.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Joe, beautiful man. I'm so glad you're back.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's you. As soon as you take that title, dude, you straight Lesnar the fuck out.
Hey, man, you know, top talent can't be shown every week. You know, it's like a special thing, you know.
Yeah, so why are you missing so much time?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like,
kids. He's got a disease called KIDs.
Ugh. It's really close to AIDS.
It is. It does end in the IDS.
So, yeah, whatever. Gross. Man, so look, Raw. Okay.
I thought it started strong.
Huh?
I thought the opening promo was strong.
You talk about the opening promo. The opening promo was written by the entire internet.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a single fucking thing in that promo that the internet didn't say.
Hey.
And everything Baron Corbin responded with was exactly what Vince McMahon said when he read everything the internet
Exactly, dude. I was like, dude, that's just like...
And that's why I liked it so
the whole
much.
time, I was like, that's just Vince channeling himself through Baron Corbin, right? That's
100%.
exactly what that is. Like,
That
clearly.
whole promo, Smitty, was on
Yeah,
show last
especially
week.
the part where he was like, if you think it's bad now, just wait. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Vince.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds exactly like what Vince would say. So
you thought we gave you the
Yeah.
dick? We only gave you the tip.
and I'm not
bitch.
I'm gonna be around for a long time. Of course you are, Vince. Yes, we all know that.
So Raw started off really strong and then proceeded to just get weaker and weaker as the fucking show went on. For some reason, they didn't learn not to give Nia Jax a fucking microphone for an extended period of time. And they're like, hey, Nia, go ahead and cut another promo. And I put out on Twitter, man, I was like, Nia Jax cuts promos like white people cook chicken. It's just bland and boring. There's like, and then some people are like, you ain't hung around the right white people. And I was like, well, I've hung around my mom. Like, I would like to point out that
I'm bringing you some fried chicken, sir.
Thanks. I hope it's not bland and boring. Hope your family isn't white. So I don't know if you may be adopted. I get it. Never seen your mom.
Actually, he's seen my mom.
Mama Smitty has called
not
in.
adopted.
Yeah, Mama Smitty has called and told you to stop taking Dr. King's name in vain. Not Jesus. You're making fun of Jesus and Martin Luther King, and your mom said, you know better than that. You a boy of Jesus. You better not talk about Dr. King like that. But nothing about Jesus.
Not
so
those exact words.
it was something like that. It was something just like that. So, yeah. Raw had its little, man, I am really, like, so many fucking things going on with me right now. This is goddamn ridiculous.
ADD's kicking in. ADD's working for you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get the hang of this running like the computer for the video and the podcast and my own computer to get everything going. So yeah, Raw kicked off with Rollins and his shtick talking up, trying to get a match with Baron Corbin, who finally gave him a TLC match for the main event against him for the IC title. Up next was a Bobby Roode versus Chad Gable, and against AOP with Drake Maverick in a 2-on-3 handicap match for the Raw Tag Team Championship, which was kind of crazy to me because I don't know if you guys remember last week when they went to Corbin and they were like, "Hey, we want another match," and he was like, "You have to beat Drake Maverick in this match, or you'll never get another shot at this title." Drake Maverick beat him. How the fuck did they get a title shot?
They needed ratings, so they needed to switch a championship.
They didn't fucking get ratings.
I know, but that was their when they came out and they had matching robes and matching ring gear. I'm like, they're taking the titles.
I knew they were taking the title the minute
Nobody
Drake
will
Maverick was
remember
involved.
that stuff from the previous week, though. Nobody remembers that.
Come on. Is it consistently one of the things that we've been bitching about for the last?
I mean, Joe has a point.
Forever.
Nobody watched Raw last week. That's why the ratings were so bad. So they just redid what they did last week.
Like, we could do whatever we want. No one was paying attention. And I guess next week they're going to do whatever they want again because, once again, no one was paying attention. As a matter of fact, last week's 2.285 million viewers was Raw's lowest viewers in history. And then this week's Raw happened. 2.194 million viewers. As a matter of fact, the lowest second hour and lowest third hour that Monday Night Raw has ever gotten in history. And that's with the promise of Seth Rollins in the main event in a TLC match.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a bad match. As a matter of fact, Drew and Dolph Ziggler was a good match as well. You know, it's not like Raw didn't deliver.
They did put on a better product this week than
this
they did
week's
last
product. I mean, look, coming from 2 weeks ago, one of the worst Raws we've ever seen ever, right? Last week's was better than it. It's not like it was a great Raw, not a good Raw, a meh Raw. This week, meh plus. You know, like when you get spice at fucking at any Thai
like
restaurant.
mild and mild plus.
There's mild, and then you don't want medium. Well, you can do mild plus, medium plus if you don't want fire ass. And so Rude and Chad Gable take the title win because Drake Maverick went to go pin Rude again, and Rude rolled him up. And for some reason, AOP just wasn't paying attention. Like, it's not like...
It's like the video game.
Yeah, it's not like Chad Gable went outside and hit one of them, you know, and they both dropped down to get him. It was legit. They were both standing on the side of the ring, and nothing happened. So, whatever.
We did kind of call. We said AOP was going to be transitional champions anyway, and I hope. Well,
I don't remember us saying that.
I did say that. I did say that.
I was hoping they were going to hold it for a while.
I think they're going to be transitional champions until they find a team, until they find an actual team to hold on to those titles.
AOP is not an actual team.
They're
it's
an
like
actual
the only
team.
actual team they have.
I think they're an actual
that
team.
they haven't buried.
That they haven't buried.
They might as well have. They've been misusing them ever since they've been brought up to the main roster.
They've been using everyone. It's let's not pretend like it's just AOP or just Revival. Even Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are getting fucked over with the fucking shit they're being given.
Yep.
You know, there's a single fucking person on Raw that's going, man, I am so happy. This is mine.
On the bright side, I hope this is like kind of a reality check, and they actually do kind of, no pun intended, revive the tag team division on Raw. It could be a fresh like.
So you're saying you're hoping there's a tag team revival?
I feel like this is the good thing. They could possibly hit the reset button on the tag division here, and do something with Gable and Rude, because Gable and Rude have shown that they are a great tag team over the last 2-3 months they've been together.
I'm all right with Gable and Rude.
That doesn't seem like a
As a
very
team?
permanent thing.
Yeah.
though.
I don't think it's a permanent thing, but I think it's something that to like give a boost to the tag division in Raw.
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're wrong. That's not what the boost should have been. Okay, so
I don't think a transitional temporary team is what's meant, or even it's not supposed to boost a tag division.
Yep.
It worked with Rhino and Slater on SmackDown, did it not?
No, it didn't.
No.
Well, it got Slater over.
They got a couple of cheap
but
pops
that
for a
didn't
couple of
boost the tag
weeks,
team that boosted
and
Slater.
a couple of nostalgia pops, and a couple of local pops because we're from Detroit. But in the big picture, it did nothing for anybody.
In the big picture,
them or any
Rhino's
of their
done.
opponents.
I say in the bigger picture, Rhino's done, and Heath is a referee now. So that worked
Yeah.
out,
Can we
worked
get on
out
that
well.
real quick? Because that was.
we'll get onto it in a little bit.
Yeah,
Why do you like jumping topic, man? Calm down. Calm down.
You just woke up.
Yeah,
Calm down,
like
relax.
go drink a Red Bull, chug it, shotgun another Red Bull. Do it on fucking camera. Show everyone how great you are at shotgunning Red Bulls on camera.
Can I open up my canine?
You're what?
Can I open it with the canine tooth?
Oh, you really call it. Whatever.
What is it called?
Yeah, you know what? I say I definitely go rook to R4 when I'm fucking playing chess, or I'm taking this to the fucking white spot right there. That's what everyone else does. You fucking nerd. So back to Raw, Rude and Gable, not what they should have done. Look, man, they basically gave in Revival every fucking face promo in the world against Lucha House Party. Granted, it's crazy because Lucha House Party are the ones being cheered for this 3-on-2, 3-on-1 back and forth.
By who? But by commentary?
And the fucking
The
crowd,
crowd.
dude. Have you not heard the crowd pops for them?
The whole reason they brought them to Raw is because how over they got in 205 Live, so they tried it on the main roster, and they still get a pretty decent pop when they come out.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. So Revival comes out. They're also mid. Like no
Tweener.
one's really.
They're kind of tweener.
You put them in a fucking promo with Corbin. Granted, I know you have to have Corbin, and let them say, "Look, this is not fair." And him going, "I don't care what you say. You're going to do whatever I tell you have to do."
Boom
and
face.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, they're getting cheered, and then he's going to say, "Now you have to go take on AOP in a 3-on-2 handicap match since you don't like these 3-on-2 handicap things." And then they pin Drake Maverick, and they're the tag team champions. And then it's a solidified tag team who is now a face tag team going on as a run. I'm not saying Gable and Rude don't. Then something Gable and Rude can cause could have caused a reason why Drake Maverick was the one pinned, or Revival could have got over it, and then when the AOP got the rematch, Rude and Gable caused something, and then you have a nice little feud with them. And you pull Revival in to have another tag team show their face and look really good. Possibly even Lucha House Party, who are a tag team, and Revival's a tweener team then. And it does. They can go back and forth, face anyone. They're great in-ring technicians. They're good on the mic. That's how you pop around. You know, I get it. Look, so they went out and people shit all over this ratings in Raw, right? Again, lowest, whatever. Fucking Jimmy Jacobs came to the defense of Raw all over Twitter. He goes, he wrote, "Writing a 3-hour TV show every single week is fucking hard." Rollins commented. He goes, "That's one thing I don't think people understand. 5 hours of live TV every week, add in all the extraneous variables that affect the final outcome, and it's a modern miracle that the shows come together as well as they do." Jimmy Jacobs is like, replying to this one. "People like to bitch and act like they could do better. However, I'm sure if they were given a chance to show how easy it is, they would have no clue where to start." And Jacobs goes, "Everybody is allowed their opinion. I take zero offense to it. But one of the first things I learned writing is that it's easy to point out the problems. The job is to come up with the solutions." Someone else said, "Then maybe the show shouldn't be 3 hours long." And he responded, "That's the most common response I've gotten. While as a fan, I agree. The bottom line says differently. WWE gets paid way more to have 3 hours of Raw than for 2. So that seems to be off the table." And he also said, I know very little, and what I do know is bounded on all sides by infinite ignorance. I can only speak to my experiences. In those experiences, I found writing a wrestling TV show isn't an easy task. Thanks to all that engaged in meaningful dialogue with me. I love the passion." And that's what it is, man. Look, we have said it over and over again. This is a difficult fucking thing to do, you know? But when you're not paying attention to what you did last week, then the continuity is off, and you can't expect people to be involved in your show, any character, or any type of storyline if it bounces off of every fucking wall. We have a phone call coming in, and I bet I know who this is. You're on the air with Breaking Down the Ring. Who are we talking to?
What's up, guys? It's Daniel from PW Scorecard.
Sup, beach?
Damn, wow, you're just angry, huh?
We're there now?
Yeah, he just called you. It's not like you're Mario calling in or Jess. It's you, the face of the company. Smitty just wants to be angry and stuff. Daniel, we were talking about Raw and how it's not so much that how the WWE is just losing ratings, and again, second week in a row, Raw has hit its all-time low ever for viewership. And Jimmy Jacobs came to the Raw writing team's defense on Twitter, saying it's really difficult to write a 3-hour show. And I was just stating that, yes, while it is difficult to write a 3-hour show, if you completely negate things that happened the week previous or the weeks previous, you can't build a storyline that anyone would want to follow, let alone even watch your show.
It's like writing a soap opera and just, okay, the next day we're going to do the same thing we did yesterday and expect people not to get bored with it.
Right. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I feel like there's like what's interesting is there's a lack of continuity, I feel like, at this point, where they're just kind of ignoring the fact that some things happen, as you said. But then on the same note, they're also self-aware that the show sucks. Like, they literally called it out at the beginning of the show and then still put on a shitty show. So I understand his point that a 3-hour show is difficult to write, but to write an entire show that's bad 3 weeks running at this point seems like at least they should have hit some marks. You know what I mean? Like you know, there's quite a few weeks where they write a perfect show, right? So how is it that we go from perfect to garbage and there is no in between, right? Like, I understand if some segments were bad, some segments were good, but it's just, I feel like it's terrible right now.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
Take out some of the segments, add more wrestling. Boom, problem solved.
Right. We were at SmackDown last night. I know you're not talking about SmackDown right now, but like, I sat there the whole time bored out of my mind.
Really?
I fell asleep.
You really were bored out of your mind. I
fell asleep too.
From what I was watching, the beginning of it seemed pretty entertaining, including the rap battle.
All nosedive from there.
Yeah, the rap battle was the start of the end there. I don't know.
At least the
205
Sheamus and
matches
Cesaro
that they
part
did
of it.
beforehand were great, and then it was no good from that point forward.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, it was like the whole second hour sucked.
And, you know, Dan, you were there. You sent me a text message yesterday. It was the entire back half and balcony area all the way around at that arena were blacked out.
Yeah, crazy.
Like you said,
They were probably at like a third capacity, if that.
And you said it's like a 20,000 seat arena.
Mm-hmm.
So like 7,000 people.
Well, that was like
I would be surprised if it were even that high, honestly.
That was like the Raw we went to at Joe Louis, one of the last ones there, and the whole one side, like the whole upper bowl was blacked out.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's like people aren't coming to their shows. They're losing more. Their ratings are dropping lower and lower. You know, even SmackDown's ratings this week were pretty bad. So it's like,
which is really bad because there's nothing else to watch on a Tuesday.
And on top of that, it's not like SmackDown's a bad product overall.
No.
You know, it's still every week, even like you guys were saying, even if the last hour was bad, that first hour itself is better than all of Raw.
Yeah, it's got more continuity than Raw for
yeah,
sure.
Everything is going week to week.
I think they have
more
a more
consistency.
talented roster too, to be quite honest. I mean, Raw's got more people, obviously, but I think SmackDown's got more quality in their superstars than Raw does at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that. So before we continue talking about Raw and SmackDown, you had to put a 12-match scorecard together in like out of no time, huh?
Yeah, I can't for the life of me understand why they're booking this like it's a fucking Mania.
Yeah. It's like, you know, we've been talking about it before. Like, there's times where they're just like, everyone needs to be featured.
I feel like, you know, there's rumors that some of the matches might be dropped or combined. I feel like based on the number of matches, there's probably some validity to those rumors.
Well,
so
you also got to think, if that Strowman match doesn't happen, so now you're down to 11 matches. If Drew and Finn ends in a DQ, that's a quick match. So that's 2 off the list, and then 2 of those are going to be pre-show matches. So now call it 8 matches on the card.
Yeah, but still, our typical pay-per-view is 10 with the pre-show. We're now at 12 with the pre-show. And some of these matches are designed to be fairly long matches, right? That TLC match for the women should be a decent length match. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles should be a decent length match. Mm-hmm. Ideally, the Strowman one is if he shows up, right?
Yeah, well, and the triple threat tag team should be a lengthy match just because of all the competitors in it.
Right.
Yeah, it's booked to be a very long pay-per-view with a really short. I mean, with the amount of, geez, man, yeah, this is gonna go till fucking midnight.
And if you look at the network schedule, it's only slated at 3.5 hours.
Really?
The actual event, not including the pre-show, so 4.5 hours.
Not including the pre-show, so it's 4.5 at the pre-show. But you know, normally they give it a 4-hour window, but they only have it like slated in there for 3.5. So,
man,
I thought that was interesting.
So that almost makes me believe that Strowman and Corbin is not happening whatsoever.
Yeah, I think picking a Strowman forfeit on that match is probably a fairly safe bet.
You mean Corbin?
No, Strowman.
You said a Strowman forfeit.
No, Strowman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Corbin to win, I actually put the fall type. I put a Strowman
Oh,
fall type on there.
We did have a question about
The chairs match.
Not even just the chairs match. Ladder, the guitar on a pole match. How are these disqualifications?
Okay, so I went back and forth on whether I put those on there or not, because the rules for a chairs, a ladders match, all those all state that particular item is a legal weapon, defining every other weapon as an illegal weapon in that match still, which would still mean there's a potential result as a DQ.
The only
based on the way the rules are written, and that's why I just left the normal breakdowns in there for whoever wanted to,
I will say that when they were promoting it on SmackDown, when they were talking about it, they were talking about the Randy Orton Mysterio match. They were like, it's a chairs match. Pinfall and submission are the only way this match could end, and chairs are the legal item. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, okay, if it's the only way the match can end, then why is the only legal item a chair? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. They like to go, speaking of continuity, there is no rhyme or reason to the rules sometimes either. So
I'm just happy they
left it all.
I'm happy they brought back that the stuff has to be climbed on a ladder in a TLC match. Because remember last year there were pinfalls in the TLC matches.
Well, there's still a pinfall in the Strowman Corbin match to have a pinfall.
Yeah, it does.
Right, because there's going to be nothing above the ring for that one.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I mean, they could
if
always.
It's a title match, it has the ladder match element. If it is a non-title match, it's a pin submission.
They could just borrow the guitar from Elias and Lashley and put it up there.
That'd be great.
So even that one, the guitar, if they get it, just makes it a legal weapon.
Right,
That's
so
still not a win.
So it's a guitar on a pole match. Thanks, Vince Russo. We appreciate it.
Right. Vince Russo is the best, actually, at everything that he does.
It was funny, though, because with as much emphasis they've been putting on Elias with the guitar, I was like, oh, we're going to have a guitar on a pole match. It's coming. I saw it coming.
And for any of the people that are watching our live feed right now, put some comments down. Tell us what you think about this. We have, I know you see the cameras and everything, but we are paying attention, and we will respond.
So when will we get Leo Rush in a shark cage?
I'm just upset we had Leo Rush wrestling.
Why? That wasn't that bad.
He comes out in that weird vest. I didn't think it was that good, actually. No, yeah, I'm against. I mean,
he only got a little bit of offense, but the offense he got in was at least different than what you see on a regular basis.
Yeah, but it looked weird with him versus Elias. Like, it didn't make any. Like, it just like it seemed off. Like the match, like things that he was trying to do, maybe he was going too fast for Elias, or Elias, Elias is just too slow. And Leo Rush didn't know how to slow it down, and so therefore the match looked wonky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like Rush is used to working at fast-paced 205 deal, and Elias is used to working a slower match.
Not even just a slower match, just the fact that it's any of the moves and everything. Like Rush just was into it, like he pun not intended, rushed into moves. Before making sure Elias could keep up and everything. Daniel, so what is the hardest thing that you had to do with this scorecard, other than is it just fit everything together?
Yeah, just fitting it all on one page was a challenge. As I'm sure you've noticed, we had to cram everything together and eliminate the space between the matches. I didn't get the number of extras in some of those like TLC matches that I would have liked to, because matches like that open the door for some good extras. But
like how
we were left with very little space, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, that sucks, man. But I mean,
on the bright side, at least there is actually matches that involve tables, ladders, and chairs this year. Because last year was one match. This year we got 5. So.
Yeah, that's true. We got the tables match with Natalia and Ruby Riott. Oh, that was heat on Raw. Guitar and a ladder with Drew and with Bobby Lashley and Elias. Chairs for Ray and Randy. TLC for Strowman and Corbin. TLC for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I guess it's really weird that they didn't put any other stipulations, like especially like the Buddy Murphy Cedric Alexander match. Like I would have loved to see a
cruiserweight win a ladder match.
Yeah, like if that was a ladder match.
Yeah,
I think that would have been.
That would
really
be great.
That would have stole the show.
I agree.
Maybe that's what they're afraid of.
That's probably why they didn't do it.
Because they're probably going to throw that one on the pre-show.
I don't think
No,
so.
last time it was on the main card.
Yeah, the last time Ali and Murphy were on the main card for the last.
The last
That was like the first and only time. Maybe
no,
they
they
do it
did.
again.
It was on the main one with
In
the
Super Show,
Australia
too.
show.
In the Super Show.
It was the main one last Survivor Series, right?
Survivor
I think it was
Series.
only on the main one in the Australia because Buddy Murphy. That's his.
But it was
No,
huge,
it was
and then they got a
hometown.
huge reaction after the main show, Survivor Series. So I don't know. It might.
They're on
I
the
can
main
see
show
it
of
leading
Survivor
off
Series.
or becoming second or third match.
Yeah, I have a feeling
It'd be nice.
At least
I mean,
one of your pre-show matches is going to be R-Truth and Carmella versus Jinder and Alicia Fox.
Mixed match
yeah.
challenge match for sure.
And then probably
maybe even the
team
tag
match.
match.
Yeah, I was
you
about
know.
to say.
Which the triple threat one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one.
That or they'll add one, and it'll be Rude and
Rude and Gabler's AOP.
Yeah.
13
rematch.
matches.
13 matches
on
but
this thing.
Look at that! Look at that build. Daniel, you've also been. You guys on Twitter have been shit talking, wanting a rematch against us. For the scorecards. When do you think you want to do this, man?
You know what? I think no time like the present. I feel like we should run a similar thing that we did last time. I know we were doing it for the theme of Survivor Series last time, but maybe we do qualifying on TLC and then have this out for Rumble.
Oh, so we get our whoever scores in what place
Highest.
matches up, and then
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
same
want a
we did last
rematch
time.
against your wife, man. I mean, she was like the sweetest thing. Now all she does is talk shit.
That's because you lost.
Yeah, well, it's funny. She was on the air. Oh yeah. And then she gets on Twitter. Fuck you, idiot! Ah, you loser.
You were one bad, Smitty. You were one bad, one bad card away from having Mario mouth.
Yeah, but whose butthole who's hurting right now?
Des commented on the video. She said she's only a transitional champion. She's not going to retain.
Back to being cute again. What the fuck? Make up your mind.
That's fucking funny. I like it. And then of course Jesse's talking shit. So he's just laughing. Des says she knows her faults. I like how she's like sitting right next to Daniel and commenting on this right now. Like she's like, I'm just.
She's not next to me. She's downstairs doing something.
Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Okay, so yeah, are you boys down then? This week, this pay-per-view will decide 1 through 5, and then we face off against each other again for the Rumble and take over wherever the fuck they are.
Take over
Arizona.
Yeah, no, Arizona. Yeah, it's right. It's Royal Rumble.
Yeah. All right, I'm down.
Phoenix.
Okay, I'm in.
Z's in. Joe, you in?
For sure.
Smitty, you in?
Let's do this.
I figure as long as Z and I are in, because we're the ones that lost. Like
The comeback kid.
I mean, I didn't lose by as much as you did. But.
man, I got my ass spanked, dude. I can't. There's nothing I can even argue with that one. It was bad. Like
I got the rally cry.
That's okay. That's how my TLC card's looking, and I'm not changing any of it. So
oh man. All right. Yeah. So Jess, Des, you guys are fucking paying attention. Mario, Daniel. Are we gonna get who wasn't on last time? It was trying to fucking
Ramon and Jesse were not on for us last time.
are we gonna? So are you guys gonna be on then? Can we book you guys all of you on for the pick show?
I mean, I can guarantee myself, Des, and probably Mario. I can't speak for the other two right now, but I will do my best to get them on there.
Well, they have a lot of time in advance. We're not just calling. It's not like there's a 2 weeks in between these pay-per-views. There's a fucking month and a half, basically. So
Right.
It could be the heel crusher.
Z throwing up the yes chant. And a Coke, please. Z's going to get drinks
myself,
anyway.
Des, and Mario will be at Rumble this year, too. So we may need some help tracking some of these results.
That's fine, man. I'll be at home watching. No, we're trying to get something together to do. It might just fall back on the original. We will not be at Thomas McGee's again for Rumble in Eastern Market. We might do something else, maybe out in Downriver area, maybe even in downtown Detroit, just a venue that we've already been to. Nothing's been sold or confirmed, so I can't say anything specifically on that yet. But yeah, man, so that's fine. TLC 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rematch for the Rumble. I like this. I like this a lot.
I want to get Mario again so I can call myself the Hill Crusher.
The what crusher?
Heel Crusher.
Why? Why would you?
Because his Twitter is King of Heels.
Oh. Well, you can't just call yourself that now because you beat him last time?
Okay.
You have to beat him twice to crush him, right?
He had to think about that one for a minute.
Like, you already won.
Because I want to crush him, not just come back and beat him like I did this first time.
Look, man, you did the straight up face thing. That's what faces do. They look like they're getting their ass kicked, and all of a sudden they come back and they crush the heel. Sounds like you did exactly what you wanted to do.
That's fair.
Jess said, "Shut up, Smitty." And
You shut up, Jess, you loser.
he also said that he's definitely going to be on the picks episode. So I like it. I like it a lot. And you guys, oh yeah. So when are you guys going to Arizona? Do you have to fly like how many days beforehand? When are you flying in?
We're actually driving down. We're driving down the morning of Takeover because we're going to Takeover, Rumble, Raw, and SmackDown.
Okay, so you definitely Wednesday. You're not going to be dealing with any travel issues or anything like that. That's good. That's what I'm thinking.
No. Good. We're leaving Saturday morning. So.
All right, man. Well, thanks for calling in. We're about to make our picks and everything and talk about the build for these matches. So, again, Daniel, it's always a pleasure having you call in, and we'll get all of our picks and pictures posted real soon. Again, for some reason, Orlando has the AIDS, so he's not here to make the picks tonight, but we'll get those picks out and to you guys so you can see what you're dealing with.
Awesome. And I'm stringing this on the rest of my guys, so I'll get you all picked in the morning.
That's fine by me, brother. All right, brother. Thanks for calling, man.
All right, guys. Nice talking to you.
All right, bye. All right, man. We're doing it again. Part 2. PWS v BDR 2.
It's the rematch, punk.
It's their rematch. We already won.
It's the rematch, punk.
Wouldn't it be a grudge match?
Yeah, I like grudge match way better because then Smitty's really wrong.
I won. Shut up, losers.
You won what?
I won my matchup last time.
Oh, okay. That's what you're shit talking. All right, whatever. You fucking whatever. So, all right, look, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. You can see this right now on your screens. This is what you do. You go to PW Scorecards on Twitter. You download your own Pro Wrestling Scorecard. I promise you, you're going to have way more fun with TLC than that made Smitty look so much better, dude. That was a great call.
Really, bitch?
You're going to have way more fun with TLC if you play with the Pro Wrestling Scorecard than you will if you just watch the show. Let's just be very honest here. I dropped my pen, so let's do this. Let's get into this. And I got another one. I like when they keep popping up. Are you done with this? Oh, Smitty's picks are already in. So let's talk about the builds to these matches. We'll start off first with the singles match, Natty versus Ruby Riott tables match. The 3 extras are Jim the Anvil Neidhart table used as a finish, yes or no. Riot Squad interference, yes or no. Match to match, bell to bell in minutes. Match time, bell to bell in minutes. Exact guess. Remember, you get 2 extra points if you get that number dead on. Holy shit. Telegraphed out of the fucking blue. I mean, telegraphed for sure. You knew exactly what was going on when Ruby came out there with that table covered. Like, you knew there was a fucking anvil something on that table, right? But that promo that Ruby cut was so good. I was just like, holy shit, man.
They need to do something with her after this.
Yes, and keep this going. Joe, you're looking kind of unimpressed.
I honestly thought it was too much.
What do you mean too much?
It was too crass. It was too soon, too low blow, too much.
But what better time
Never
than
too
present?
soon. Never too
This
soon.
is professional wrestling.
I don't know. I felt like it was cheap heat.
It's the same thing that the Fast and Furious series did when Paul Walker died. They took advantage of his death to
I don't watch
remove
shitty
something.
movies, Smitty.
Well, here's the deal. WWE didn't take advantage of the Anvil. All right? If there's anything that I refuse to believe that one
I'm sure Natty wouldn't have done it if she wasn't comfortable with it.
I almost think it was her idea.
Maybe.
To the point, like, okay, so
all right, we're gonna put you and Ruby together. Like, what do you think? Well, have her do this about my dad's stuff. She'll get heat, and it'll make it an interesting rivalry.
It's probably one of the best things on Raw too right now.
And it's one of the few things that has the continuity we've been complaining about. You know, this has been going for a very long time. Even Natty brought up the glasses. I will say this. Yes, it's cheap heat. I don't think it was too soon for it, Joe. My personal opinion, just for the simple fact
that's
that
a subjective thing. Anyway.
No, I agree. But you know, just to counterpoint your points, I don't feel that. I feel if you waited any longer for that, then it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
I almost just maybe it's a missed opportunity, but maybe I might have not even went there.
Really?
And maybe it'd have been a missed opportunity. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you have went there?
I don't know, because he went out earlier than he should have. I mean, it wasn't a good situation where it was kind of a tragic thing, and it just recently happened. I don't know. I wouldn't want to bring attention to the situation.
It would have been a missed opportunity. Here's why. This whole little feud with Ruby and using his stuff has kind of made Natty relevant again. Maybe not in a good light, but still relevant enough to make this.
I thought she was relevant again when she won the women's title last time.
But what'd she do after that, though? She kind of fell off again.
Yeah, I mean,
she fell off and dropped to Naomi.
That's booking. I mean, they could always book that the other way too if they wanted.
But when do they ever really book Natalya to be really strong?
Well, to be fair,
say that about a lot of superstars.
You got to remember, Natty was supposed to go heel. You know, she
against Ronda.
Yeah, but her father passing. Same thing with Rude. The talk was Rude was supposed to turn on Chad. You know, that stuff stopped because Roman getting cancer. They we can't just turn everyone heel. We're already turning all these other people heel. We can't turn Rude. You know, so it's a situation to where
they've had a shit ton of turns recently anyway.
Yeah.
This is better anyway for the Rude and Gable thing because this will build them up as a team. Before
right, but let's go back to Natty. So Natty was obviously supposed to turn on Ronda, you know, and then there would be that match, and then you'd see Ronda have. I don't know if it would have been bullshit matches to keep her away from the title earlier. You know what I'm saying? No, she already had the title at SummerSlam. So it would have been a bullshit match to, you know, keep that going.
It would have been a given win to pad her win total.
Yeah. Which is anything that's going to Ronda right now, that's exactly what it is.
A throwaway feud.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's make our picks for this because
we're skipping Smack Dizzle this week.
No, we're gonna talk about everything as we go, and so that's why we're on the first pick. So Natalya versus Ruby Riott. Joe, you're the champ, so you're going last on every turn, correct?
Yeah, I'm still. I didn't even know if I was still the champ. You know, I've been away for so long, and
there hasn't been a pay-per-view. You won at Survivor Series.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah, you tied. We're both 5-time champions now.
Yeah, fucking Lesnar over here doesn't even remember if he's champ.
You know, I got that other thing going on. You know, they're throwing some money at me.
KIDs.
Kind of got this shit on the back burner. Kidding.
That's great. That's amazing. All right, so Smitty, you're going first with this one. Z will be going first with the next one, then me, then back around to Smitty. So, again, Natty versus Ruby Riott with the Riott Squad. Match extras, Jim Neidhart table used in a finish. Riott Squad interference, yes or no. Match time bell to bell in minutes plus or minus one. Smitty, kick it off.
I have Ruby Riott winning this match. Yes to the Anvil table being used in the finish. Yes to a Riott Squad interference. And I got this match going at 11 minutes.
All right. Z.
Almost the same as Smitty. I got Riott winning this match. Yes, the Anvil table will be used. Yes, the squad will interfere. And the match will be about 15 minutes.
All right. I think the majority of us are going to have the same first three picks.
Yeah.
Ruby Riott to go over. Yes for Anvil table. Yes for Riott Squad interference. But I only have 9 minutes for the match time. I feel like this might be a quicker one, obviously, with the interference and everything like that. Plus, they need to cut down some of the time on this pay-per-view. Joe.
Ruby Riott, yes, in 9 minutes for the same exact reasons that you just said. They gotta cut some time off something somewhere with all these matches. So yeah, 9 minutes.
Oh, so the champ's just going along with me so he doesn't lose the belt.
No, I had that written down before you said that. You can ask Smitty.
And then you're also writing down as you go.
That's right. That's how I do this because I got so much other shit going on.
I
have
am
to pay
too.
attention
I am
to you
too.
fucking Smitty.
I'm not totally filled out here.
Mixed match challenge. Anybody watch this shit?
Fuck no.
Smitty watches it. Z, do you watch it?
I watch every now and again because it shows up on my Facebook page because the Facebook watch shit.
I only know that R-Truth and Carmella are still in it because they're the only ones with like a gimmick.
And a healthy fucking team.
Yeah.
Everyone went out. Everyone went out with a fucking injury.
Braun went out.
AJ went out.
Finn went out.
Now, Finn was like sick. So it was a sickness that, they were like, you can't fucking wrestle with this Monday or Tuesday. Sorry. Which is weird, but also they were able to play into the storyline of the week before. But yeah, if there's anything that shows, I think this is the most injured year for WWE.
Yeah.
I can't think of another year where so many people went out.
KO went out.
So many top people.
So many top people. Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
because-
yeah.
I mean, there's mid-carders you forget that are even gone. That
KO's
come back.
gone because like
Sami Zayn.
That was Natalia's original partner for the Mixed Match
Jason
Challenge.
Jordan's still on the shelf.
Jason
Braun.
Jordan might not come back.
I think he's getting
Yeah.
released.
No, he's a producer.
No, I think he's going to be an agent because he's just.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be medically cleared like ever again.
They had him as an agent ever since he got injured, so he's not going.
Okay.
He's not going anywhere.
It's like Daniel Bryan
Alexa's
got
hurt.
cleared, and then the
Alexa
rest
can't
of the
get-
roster was like, well, we can't play now.
Yeah. Alexa still can't get cleared from concussion protocol.
Well, fucking Daniel Bryan sold his soul to the devil, and the devil's like,
What-
all
what
right,
happened
here's
to-
cancer for Roman again.
Is that why they took the title off AJ? What happened to him?
They're contract negotiations with what they were saying for AJ. Why they took the title off of him?
No, they took the title off of AJ because they wanted him to lose again to Lesnar at Survivor Series. Because originally there wasn't supposed to be champion versus champion because Roman was supposed to have the title, and they weren't going to do Roman versus
No,
AJ.
I thought AJ just signed another 2-year deal or something.
I don't know if that's the case, but that's why I'm saying it wasn't contract. It was we don't want AJ to lose a second time to Lesnar.
And I knew what's KO's injury.
KO,
He got his knee replaced or
Yeah.
something.
Did he?
Yeah.
Both of them actually.
Speaking of like,
I don't know how
Dakota Kai just tore
storyline that is,
ACL.
but he had knee surgery. I can tell you that.
It's
But
like Dakota Kai just tore her ACL too.
Yeah, that's not the main roster. That's not what we're talking about. We're
We're
talking
talking
about
about injuries and
we're
stuff.
talking about the top guys on the main show.
what's Sammy's injury? A shoulder?
Shoulder,
injury?
both.
Shoulder, both of them blew both his shoulders.
Well, that's what they were saying about KO's knees, but that was something I read on WWE.com, so I didn't know if it was like, oh, KO had to go out for knee surgery, but we're gonna up it and be like, oh, both his knees, blah blah blah.
It's
Becky Lynch got her whole face broken.
yeah, she was injured
A
for
broken face.
of a broken face.
She suffered a broken face at the hands of Nia Jax.
that fucking face was broken. Did you see how bloody it was?
And if
Let's
I-
show you more blood.
And if I didn't think it was a work before he said that,
All right, so R-Truth and Carmella versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Now remember, this allegedly comes with an all-expense paid vacation, right? That's part of the
I thought.
and
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
number 30 in the respective Royal Rumble. So the woman, either Alicia Fox or Carmella, would be number 30 for the Women's Royal Rumble, and either R-Truth or Jinder Mahal will be number 30 for the Men's Royal Rumble.
Which I'm
That's-
assuming originally was supposed to be like Braun and Ember Moon, right?
maybe,
Braun and Ember.
and possibly
It
even
was a mulligan.
And
Or
then
Finn
Bailey.
and
Carmella
Bailey.
and R-Truth got over, and they're just like, all right,
Finn
you
and
can take
Bailey.
it.
Finn and Bailey. I could have seen that too. If Finn maybe was able to wrestle, it's possible that Jinder didn't go over, and it would have been Finn versus R-Truth, Finn and Bailey versus R-Truth and Carmella. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so remember, so that's the breakdown of what this is. Whoever wins goes number 30 in the men's and women's Royal Rumble.
So throwaway 30s.
Maybe not, man.
I mean, I'd love to see R-Truth get a nice little title run before he leaves.
I would love to see it, but we know it's not going to happen.
So Z, you're leading this off.
Well, my winner is the old and the beautiful.
What are we talking about?
Truth and Carmella.
The old and the beautiful. So
Oh,
Truth is 50.
yeah, whatever.
he's like 48. By pinfall, Mella makes the fall, Fox takes the fall.
Pro Wrestling Scorecard said that they took away the 30th entrant extra with this.
Oh,
So it was
Yeah,
probably
dude,
supposed
that
to
would
be
have been
Braun.
a lame ass.
it would have been Braun.
was
It was gonna be Braun or Finn.
Gender or truth.
I mean, they should at least keep it at you earn a spot in the Royal Rumble from winning this or something.
No, he just meant like as an extra for the Royal Rumble match, for the picks, the points. Yeah, for the next scorecard. They can't use who do you think is the 30th person enter because now you know.
Oh,
who the 30th
gotcha.
is.
Well, we can
Oh,
guess
man,
on
it's still
29,
lame.
Daniel.
Right, yeah, we can guess on a lot of them. Okay, so yes, I also have Fabulous Truth. I don't know how I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to go by submission, and I'm going to have Mella make the fall and Foxy take the fall. So,
I'm 100% with you on this one, Mikey.
oh, God damn it, I'm going to lose.
I have I have the Dance Break crew. I have Carmella submitting Alicia Fox.
It's that's not her name anymore.
That hasn't been her name in like a year.
Still is to me, damn it.
Now she's got blonde hair.
She's the captain.
In fact, half time I see her wrestle, I don't even think she's black. I'm just like, who's that really tan blonde chick? Her and Mella are almost the same color right now.
And she's crazy, so she's 100% white.
Yeah, and blonde.
She's a woman.
White women are crazier than black
There's
women.
different tiers.
You sure about that?
You'll
Yeah.
learn.
I don't know, man.
Well, Z may have a little bit more experience than two
Well,
people here.
going from both sides of the spectrum, yes,
So I do, and I'm on both sides of the spectrum as well.
Me too.
I'd say they're both equally as crazy. They're just crazy in different fucking ways.
Yeah.
Okay, Alicia Fox is white girl crazy.
Yes.
Because white girl crazy is right there in your fucking face crazy. Black girl crazy is subliminal, I'm going to fuck you up crazy.
And then I'm going to go home and wreck all your shit, but I'm not going to put my hands on you.
Yeah. So, Smitty, your picks for this. Fabulous Truth.
I said submission, Carmella, Fox.
Okay. Joe.
I got Truth and Mella, pinfall, Carmella over Alicia.
All right. Against who? Alicia, regular Fox? Yeah, I agree. Up next is guitar on a pole match. Or guitar above the ring match. Basically, whoever gets the guitar gets to use it. Which is weird because it's similar to the fucking Bailey.
Candlestick on a pole match.
Yeah, the Bailey Alexa
Extreme
Bliss
Rules.
match. Yeah. It's
Deja vu.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when these
you're not Smitty, so I don't have to correct you.
when these like guitar on a pole match or these pole matches started, because I think the original one was Nails and Big Boss Man Nightstick on a pole, or it might have been a sock full of pennies, one of the two. It was whoever grabbed it like won the match, and then after the match you just beat the shit out of your opponent with said weapon.
Viagra?
Well, no, I'm talking like late '90s or
early
late '80s, early '90s.
Early inception of it.
Because you had Nails versus. Yeah, I mean, I think Hacksaw had one before that. It was like the 2x4.
Dude, they've probably been having stuff on pole matches since like the 70s, man.
Right, but originally it was if you grabbed it, you won the match, and then you just proceeded to beat the shit out of the
The
opponent.
flags on the pole were like one of the big things too.
Those were like in the corner. Yeah, you had to get the flag from the floor and put it in its respective corner to win the match. That was the original flag match. But anyways, so now you just get it and you beat them down until one of you win. Yes.
I think once you hit them, the match is over.
No, because that's what we thought with
it's
the kendo
pinfall.
stick, and that wasn't the case.
It becomes a legal weapon. That's what they were explained already.
So on Wikipedia, object on a pole match, it says the object on a pole match whose name is usually derived from the object being hung, brass knuckles on a pole, steel chair on a pole, singer, blah, 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 blah.
But this isn't like on a pole, though. It's like being suspended like a belt would be above
Yeah.
the ladder.
Right. But it was like, I love this. Singapore cane on a pole, paddle on a pole, necklace on a pole, contract on a pole, mistletoe on a pole, Judy Bagwell on a pole. It literally says
Even that bitch was,
Judy
even that bitch
Bagwell
was
on a pole
that,
match.
that bitch was on a forklift.
That's fucking great. That was definitely thrown in after 6 other match types. That is spec-fucking-tacular. It doesn't give The match is referred to by many wrestling critics as a Russo special due to the propensity of WCW Booker Russo use of pole matches during his tenure with the
I'm
company.
put the Viagra on the pole in there.
Well, I just remember
It doesn't say when
being
the
a
first one
kid,
was.
like if you had a guitar on a pole match, you got the guitar down, and the first one to break it over the other one's head won the match.
Maybe that's why this is the one this is suspended above. It's like a weird ladder match.
Right. But to me, like if you're gonna do that, whoever retains the ladder is the winner of the match, just like a regular ladder.
Whoever climbs and gets the guitar,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's again just like that makes you the winner. Yeah, I don't. You're right. So it's weird because in this instance, what does it fucking matter if Lashley gets a guitar?
It doesn't.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like if it was Leo Rush on a pole or Leo Rush hanging above the ring.
Bring back the shark cage.
That would be awesome. You have and then you
Leo Rush on a
whoever-
forklift?
Either Bobby Lashley saves Leo Rush or Elias beats the shit out of Leo Rush. That would be an awesome match. Why did they do that?
Now they would never do this because Leo's black, or just Leo would have to serve whoever got him down. So if Elias won, then Leo Rush would have to serve as his hype man.
I thought you were totally going
For a lit joke.
for a hanging, like
No.
Leo Rush hanging.
I
above
know.
the ring.
The only person
servant.
that's ever hung from a ring is a big boss man. We'll leave it at that.
And that shit was sick. Not sick in a good way, but
I didn't mind it. Didn't give me any nightmares.
He felt fine.
They were hanging a cop. You should have been happy.
Yeah, it's poetic justice for you, man.
in other words, I ain't never looked at it like that.
And not only was he like a law enforcement, but he was like a prison guard too. So it's like a double whammy for you.
He was a crooked
You should
cop.
go back and watch that.
He was a
match.
crooked cop.
There you go.
And now just now being happy about it.
I'm taking a smirk. I'm being.
Okay, you don't have to talk anymore. All right, so Elias versus Bobby Lashley with Leo Rush. Ladder with guitar above ring match. 3 extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. First superstar to touch the guitar. First superstar hit with the guitar. I'm going to go with Elias to win by pinfall. Oh, I guess. Wait, it's like.
Yeah. It's a little confusing.
Okay, I feel like nobody's going to get points for this part of the extras. Because if those are the only way, like, I would think that being. All right, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to TLC page right now just because I need to see what the fuck they're
yeah,
talking
does it
about.
like, do you win when you hit him with the guitar?
No, it's like the candlestick on a
pinfall,
pole.
submission, count out, or disqualification.
It's like the candlestick on a pole match with Bailey and.
Well, how is there a
and
count
fucking
out?
Sasha.
But
We're going to the. They're saying that the guitar then becomes a legal weapon.
But what they said that like 3 times.
All right, so
it's a ladder match. So
Here's-
everything's a legal weapon.
here is the exact breakdown from
Yeah,
WWE.
exactly. I mean,
At WWE TLC, Elias will go head-to-head with the almighty Bobby Lashley. In recent weeks, blah, blah, blah. However, Elias does not seem to be playing with the tune of Raw's man in charge, who is painful, blah, blah, blah. Now, the strumming superstar will be out to sing a melody of pure retribution for the attack in a ladder match, and to close the year right with his first pay-per-view win of 2018. In this ladder match, a guitar will be hanging high above the ring. The first person to reach it will be able to use it as a weapon. The history between Elias and Lashley is far... Okay, so... All right. Basically, if Elias gets the guitar, he can use it as a weapon. If Lashley uses that as a weapon, Elias wins because Lashley was disqualified.
Wait.
Yeah, that's
Wait
look,
a
man. That's what they're saying.
So
It
wait,
literally
wait.
says in this ladder match, a guitar will be hanging high above the ring. The first person to reach it will be able to use it as a weapon. That is WWE.
That's what they said in that kendo stick match, and Alexa Bliss beat the shit out of fucking Bailey after Bailey retrieved the fucking kendo stick.
yeah, and I mean, any other ladder match, everything is legal anyway. There's no DQs in a ladder match.
Well, according to WWE, there is right now.
Well, WWE's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Especially Raw.
Yeah.
So I'm going with pinfall then.
So what if Leo Rush retains
Gets the guitar.
Does that mean Lashley's the only one that can use it, or Leo Rush is the only one?
I don't know. Fucking James Ellsworth was the one that grabbed a briefcase, and Carmella was allegedly a winner until 2 weeks later when WWE's like, sorry.
No,
That never happened. We're going to do this over.
Me too.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, the next day they were talking about it, but they told them that they could have the match next week. So it was 2 weeks later before Carmella. So I'm going to go Elias by pinfall. First superstar to touch the guitar is going to be Bobby. And the first superstar hit with the guitar, I'm going to put Leo Rush.
Yeah, I'm similar to boat, but say I have
You have a
Elias.
boat? I thought you didn't like boats.
I actually do like boats.
Really? After all,
I don't
the
like-
last time your people were on a boat?
Hey, look, I got my own boat. I don't accept offers to go on anybody else's.
So if the boat was sinking and someone threw a rope off and you had to hang from it, would you do it?
Only if I use your neck as a flotation device.
I'm not on the boat.
I have
was
Elias.
a really bad
You want to float on his dick?
Yeah, is that Marcus' mouth?
You want to ride? You want to ride on his floating dick?
Now he wants a naughty mouth.
Come on.
I do chicks on the side not to be all the way gay,
want-
but this
you-
guy right here, he loves the cock.
You want Brian Zakaki.
Oh, this is gay. Oh, this is gay.
Come on, Marcus' mouth. Keep it going.
I have Elias winning by pinfall. Elias is going to be the first one to touch the guitar. He's going to immediately bash Leo Rush with it.
It said touch. Okay, it's fine.
Elias is going to touch the guitar first.
Z.
And Rush is
We
going to
didn't
get
ask
bashed
for your
with it.
breakdown. We asked for your picks. I got Bobby Lashley winning by pinfall. Lashley's going to be the first to touch the guitar and the first superstar hit with the guitar.
All right, Joseph.
Just filling this out right now.
That's fine.
Elias,
You're the champ. You can do what you
Elias
want.
to win, pinfall. First superstar to touch the guitar, Lashley, and he's gonna hit Rush first.
Oh,
The accidental hit.
Accidental hit? Maybe.
that's why I picked Rush first, because Bobby's gonna duck and Leo's gonna get smashed.
I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
He's so annoying. You could try to hit him on purpose,
Yeah.
or that could happen too.
Oh, you said Bobby's gonna.
No, he said Bobby would duck. That Leo Rush would get hit accidentally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby.
but you're saying Bobby's whatever. You're dumb.
No, I said Rush will get hit. with
Yeah,
the
Rush
guitar
going to get
first.
hit, but Bobby's going to grab the guitar first.
That's not what it says,
No,
dude.
that's what he said.
No, it doesn't matter. It's not what the extras say. It's
touch
touch,
the guitar
dude.
doesn't mean grab it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the first person to get the guitar down.
You know, when like a
Yeah, you
belt's
climb the
hanging,
ladder,
people
he
get the hand
smacks
on the
the
belt.
Ah.
And, and then they don't grab the belt, but they touch the belt.
Yeah, like Marcus with you for foreplay.
I know every time you
It's
touch a penis, you grab it, but this is not the same thing.
And you promise you weren't the first one with that penis. He just pretended. Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre with 2 extras, pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Will there be Ziggler interference? Yes or no? Smitty, you're going to lead this one off after we talk a little bit about this fucking build. This is the wonkiest build of anything, I think, on this card. I know that
It's got some continuation. I mean, it is still weird the way it's all come together, but it's at least been going on for a couple weeks.
But at the same time, it like...
You get that pen back.
Oh, it's right here. At the same time, it's like it was Finn and Drew, and then like Drew was like, "Oh wait, but Dolph Ziggler." Oh yeah, but come back to Finn, But it's like because Finn was sick this week, obviously he couldn't be on Raw, so it just seems like it just went in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 weeks,
Right, but the way they've done it, where they have like that little alliance between Drew, Lashley, and Corbin, and they're kind of just beating everybody up. It kind of works with the whole, bringing Ziggler in and having him wrestle for Finn because Finn was sick and couldn't wrestle, but still having Finn there. You know what I mean? Like it has a little bit of continuity. Doesn't really make any goddamn sense, but at least they're continuing.
right? But I mean,
with
I'll be
something.
honest. So we've shit on the continuity of Raw, right? For a lot of the things. Natalya versus Ruby Riott, that match on here, it's been going on for a while.
Yep.
You know, Elias and Bobby Lashley. It's kind of fresh,
About a
kind of
month.
not.
It's
You
been
know,
going
it's-
on
it-
since right after
right?
Survivor
Yeah,
Series,
Bobby
so a couple
interrupted
weeks.
him when
Was
he
it about a
was
month?
like when Bobby interrupted him when he was a heel, and then it just continued for that. Finn and Drew is kind of wonky. I mean, again, last 2 weeks, the last one not being anyone's fault, but then, you know, because Finn was sick.
Ray and Orton's been a decent story.
No, I'm talking about just the Raw ones.
Raw.
Okay.
So the Raw Women's Championship, yeah, I guess Nia's been going, had that for a minute.
And Ambrose and Rollins and,
Ambrose-
Strowman and Corbin. I mean,
Yeah. All of but again, it goes weird with these.
I
That's
think
what
it's
it is.
the added filler on Raw that hurts it.
Yeah, I agree with
Like
that.
the Ambrose promo.
Like, if you're gonna keep it 3 hours, give me 3 hours of wrestling.
Right. All right, Smitty.
Drew McIntyre is going to win by pinfall. No to a Ziggler interference.
All right. Z.
I have Drew winning by DQ with a Ziggler interference.
That's a Mikey
Originally, I had Finn winning by DQ, but then I thought, well, if Ziggler interferes, then because Drew just finally lost for the first time to Ziggler. I don't think they're gonna this quickly make it a second loss. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe that Ziggler loss was supposed to be Finn. I don't know.
No, because that Finn wasn't sick that week.
But my thought is with the three, with Corbin,
The three-headed
Drew,
monster.
and Bobby Lashley being the little trio they are, I don't think any of them are losing this Sunday.
Did you pick Bobby to win?
Yeah, did.
I definitely have Drew winning. I'm gonna go with pin. And I'll say yes to Ziggler interference, but it's very possible that he just gets kicked in the face and goes away, and then Drew gets the win. So it's interference, he just doesn't cause anything to change in the.
I'm changing my DQ to pin.
Okay. Joseph. A whole fucking Joe.
All right. I got Drew McIntyre.
You call him
Going
Drew
over.
McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
No, because I used to make fun of him on his first run because it seemed like his mouth was always closed. He
Yeah.
had the smallest mouth ever, so I used to say Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, he always looked like he was constipated.
So I guess now he doesn't really do that as much anymore, but I still will never forget. Anyway, Drew McIntyre, pinfall, and yes to Dolph Ziggler interference.
All right. Up next is the singles match: Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. 3 extras: pin, submission, count out, or DQ. First superstar hit with the chair. Number of chair shots plus or minus 1. Again, if you get that number directly on, then you get an extra 2 points. Z, you were talking about the continuity for this match and the build-up and everything. Outside of last week when it was Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, and somehow Rey Mysterio didn't show up at all, even though there was the cut, the comments by Samoa Joe to Jeff Hardy. I agree, man. I think that this has been a really good build. It's been building since before that
Before Survivor Series.
supremely controversial Saudi Arabian show, Crown Jewel. Things like that, where it's been supremely involved. Are you excited to see this match, Z?
To an extent. I mean, clearly they don't really have anything for either one of them to do at the moment, so this is what they're doing, and that's fine because Randy's always a good prick of a heel.
At least bonus.
I want to see Ray get the win on this one, just because they've been having Randy beat the absolute crap out of him, and he's been, dubbed the ultimate underdog for as long as I can remember. So it only makes sense to have him go over after being beat up so many times.
What do you think, Joe?
Makes sense, but that's exactly why it won't happen.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You just think they're going to put Randy over again?
Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, that's
But
basically
what's the payoff?
what was the payoff with Randy and Jeff Hardy?
Rey Mysterio.
It was basically just Randy kicking the shit out of Jeff the whole time.
Yeah.
No payoff for Jeff.
And Jeff has
And
always
that's the
been
same
booked.
thing that's going to happen with Rey Mysterio.
Like I say, Jeff's always been booked as an underdog as well.
Yeah, they have Jeff get beat to hell by Randy Orton and then feed him to Joe. Awesome.
Yeah, where's your payoff there?
Happy 20 years. Here's your schedule.
Exactly, dude.
That's the most bullshit 20 fucking years. Like, this motherfucker wasn't even in
I know, he was
WWE.
in like TNA for like 7 or 9
But
years or some shit.
they weren't including the TNA years. They were including that's why, like, had he stuck around, he'd have been in WWE for like 25 years.
Oh, longer than
I
that.
thought they said it was 20 years ago that day. Like, it was 1998.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
I had it like 20 years
Or
with
that week,
the
yeah.
company because
No, I'm pretty sure 98 is
he
when they
lied
came in.
about his age and was wrestling on
oh.
Velocity.
Oh, he was listening on
They're
Saturday
talking,
night.
They're talking about his first contract. Because, yes, you're right. They have other things where they have him
They
wrestling
were
before, but
enhancement
that's
talent.
not as a contracted wrestler.
So he and Matt were enhancement talent around 94, 95.
Yeah, that's what they were referring to. Z, you're leading this one off.
All right. I have Ray winning by pinfall. Randy will be the first superstar hit with the chair, and there will be 12 chair shots.
You're adorable.
You're wronger than me.
It's not possible.
I also have Rey Mysterio winning by pinfall.
Such cuteness going on here. I love it.
I think Ray is going to be the first superstar hit with a chair. And how many chair shots did you have?
12.
12? Oh, man, that's such a low
I think
low number.
Randy's just going to go 8. Randy or Ray at this match.
I think it's going to... I have 17 for the number.
17.
Yeah, because it's Randy... If
This
Randy
is like
or-
Mankind and The Rock.
No, that was like 30.
Yeah.
Smitty.
I have Orton winning by pinfall. I think Ray's going to come out hot, and Orton's going to get hit with the chair first. And 9 chair shots.
9.
How many?
9.
You know, you shouldn't talk like that around Joe.
I
It's
know.
kind of rude. Joe?
It's not 9.
Yeah.
9.
9.
Joe, what are you?
I'm black. I can get away with it. Ain't no black Nazis.
I bet you there's one somewhere.
Really?
There's an oven joke here somewhere.
I wasn't going to go that far yet.
That's how far you got to put him in, though.
All the way to the back.
Yeah.
Just like the bus.
Call her Rosa Sparks.
We're going to get canceled.
Shows about
we pay for this.
shows about wrestling, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wrestling with all of your injustice.
Yeah.
If you put the Jew at the back of the oven, everybody's equal.
Smells good.
Smells extra Jewy.
Smells really kosher in here.
Seems overcooked. A little Jewy. All right, Joe, what are your picks, brother?
All right, I got Randy Orton killing dreams over here. By pinfall. He'll be the first one to get hit with the chair, though. And I got 11 chair shots.
All right. Smitty, our 205 Live expert. The build for the rematch, the WrestleMania rematch of Buddy Murphy.
Super Showdown, you mean?
Super Showdown, Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. You, like I said, you're the guy who basically watches 205 Live. How have you enjoyed this build, especially with Buddy Murphy being the heel?
Well, I just like Buddy Murphy is proven like he's literally the best, one of the best. I'm not just in 12-5. He's one of the best heels in the company right now, in my mind. He's put himself like, I'm a juggernaut. I'm the biggest guy here. Nobody's gonna stop me.
Would you say he's the best kept secret?
Not anymore. Buddy Murphy's out there. He's out there like Frederick, Roderick Frederick, whatever his name is.
Were you about to say Frederick Douglass?
No, Frederick Rossiter, whatever Gary Young's actual name is.
Oh,
Yeah, he's out like that.
Out there like that. Oh, I get it.
Oh, Buddy.
He's no longer a secret.
Wait, what's that?
No, he's not gay. He's engaged to Alexa Bliss. He's saying that the secret of him is out, just like fucking Darren Young.
Oh.
He was making a gay joke, but it was bad.
Hey, listen. We stick to Jew and black jokes on this show.
Yeah.
Not gay jokes. Unless it has to do with you.
Shut up, fag.
Disclaimer: it's PHAG, so as not to be offensive to the homosexual community. We would never use faggot in that way. We'd never say that. We would never call any gay person a fag to be derogatory to them. FAG is not used here. It's all PHAG.
Do I get a disclaimer from most of the shit I do now?
Gay is GAE. Again, not to be offensive to the homosexuals.
And it said like gay.
And if we use the word retard, it's spelled RHEATARD. Again, not to be disrespectful to the mentally challenged faggots out there.
Like Z.
MCP. Because remember, fag is spelled with a P.
So the way they've been doing Buddy Murphy since winning the championship, they've been booking him. They've been booking him correctly, and Cedric Alexander, he's always enjoyable to see as the guy chasing if he wins or if he doesn't win. It's always enjoyable to see his journey going into a big match.
Is it enjoyable for you because he's black? If he was white, would you feel the same way?
I'd feel the same way if it was Mustafa Ali again. Because
Mustafa, say it again. Mustafa.
It tickles me.
Lion King jokes right after all kinds of gay and fag and retard jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We brought Disney into it.
In true Disney fashion.
There's Datney and Disney. All right, so I'm leading this one off. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander. 2 extras, pin, submission, counter, or DQ. Number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1. Again, if you get the number directly on, you get 2 extra points, and you can choose who you're going to be fighting against anyone. So Buddy Murphy, I have retaining by pinfall. 8 is the number of aerial moves. Smitey, the whiny.
I'm going with Buddy Murphy, pinfall, and 9.
9.
Man,
You just wanted to say 9.
He changed it just to have 9 again. Yeah, the Z.
Got Buddy Murphy by pinfall with 11 aerial moves.
All right. Whole fucking Joe.
That's what I have. Buddy Murphy, pinfall, 11.
All right. I would like to point out I didn't go 11 just for the simple fact that the last time we talked about having a high count of aerial moves, it was a low count.
It was 6.
And Dez had to apologize to all of us for making us change our counts.
Yeah, that was that 2 out of 3 falls match, though, wasn't it?
No.
That was the Ali. Murphy match.
Yeah.
There was only 6 aerial moves throughout the whole match.
Which is crazy because Ali does so many other moves. So there was more than that aerial moves than fucking him and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, this match is probably going to cut on some time, so I'm going to change mine to 9.
How many?
9.
No, there was only 2 9s.
No, I have 2 9s. He has 1 now.
Okay. I was talking about this same match. All right, now we're going to go to the TLC match, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Braun Strowman has been out. So, okay, for the first time, they called it shoulder surgery that Braun went out on. But
I thought it was elbow surgery.
But every week before this, it was his elbow that was fucked up.
That's why I think it's a work.
There was the elbow. No, he actually had surgery, dude.
Yeah.
No, I did hear it wasn't elbow. Like, he just had, like, bone chips and shit cleaned up out of his elbow.
That's why I think he's supposed to be
like
there.
A minor thing.
But what was crazy to me is like the announcers, everyone would talk about how his elbow's been fucked up every week, and now this week he had shoulder surgery. It's like, wait, what, dude? What? No, if you're gonna your continuity is fucking off.
Continuity.
So if Braun wins, he has a title shot against Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. If Baron Corbin wins, he is the forever general manager of Monday. He wins the permanent general manager spot from Monday Night Raw. Joe, for not having Braun on TV this entire build, he had the 1 week and then he was gone. Yes, I know that the ratings have been shit. I understand that Raw has been shit, but as to build this match, do you think WWE's put anything into this to where anybody would give a shit? because of the outcomes of whomever wins.
Are you asking me more so like, do I think would people be disappointed if like Braun actually really didn't show and it was a forfeit? Is that kind of what you're asking me?
Yeah, like anything to where if anyone watches this match, they're watching this match going, man, I hope Braun wins, or I hope Corbin, just any type of give a shit for this match. You don't think that?
No.
Now, do you think it also would have been fixed if Braun was there? Or better for the build?
No, because I think
a very minute amount, if at all.
So nothing that would change the course of anyone's brain.
Nothing groundbreaking.
All right, Z.
I was gonna say no. I think the plan was always to have Lars Sullivan interfere in this match. I think that's what they're building towards there. I think
monster versus monster.
I
versus
think
monster.
if Strowman. So here's my thought process here, because they've been hyping up Lars and they haven't really said what show he's going to, and it's changed from Lars is coming soon to Lars is lurking. If you look at the promos,
yeah. And he said he's TLC,
and he mentions TLC, so clearly he's going to be at TLC. I think if Braun does show up, he still has a partial injury, and so insert Sullivan to then basically take out Braun for the storyline injury or whatever, keep him off TV for a little while or recoup from his shoulder surgery. And then when he comes back, he's got this fresh feud with Lars Sullivan, who, since Braun's been off TV, builds up a name for himself, so it's more of a marquee match than just feeding Lars to Braun from the gate. But that's all smart booking, so they're not going to do any of that.
I would say hell no, because if they bring up Lars to go against Strowman, they're going to have Strowman do the honors to get that guy over.
To piggyback off what you said in a positive thinking manner, maybe they're trying to do with Sullivan what they realized they made a mistake on with Braun. Like, they kind of already killed Braun's credibility several times over by now and made him into a bit of a caricature. Lars, it seems like they're pumping this guy up to just be a true monster, like what maybe they thought they should have done with Braun from the get-go. Because they had a lot of fun with Braun. You know, it seems like they're going a very, very serious route with Sullivan. You know, which is probably
dressed like Santa come
right.
Christmas time.
You know,
so.
and that who's saying this WWE, that very well could happen. But I'm just saying, like I said, in a positive thinking manner, that's kind of what it appears to be so far, because they're presenting Sullivan to be that monster. They probably should have presented Strowman as.
And if you have him take out an injured Braun, it still makes Sullivan look strong without making Braun look weak, and they can build for further down the road with that particular matchup.
I think the dumbest thing in the world they could do is put Lars on Raw.
Yeah.
Why?
I like the Lars lurking.
Raw's
Who
the
says he's got to be
monster
on
show?
anything?
Exactly. That's why you wouldn't do it there, because you've already built your monsters. And for Lars to climb the ranks, he would have to go against people like Drew, people like Braun, the big dogs there. For him to run through a SmackDown,
for the first 6 months, he's not going to touch anybody that credible.
But then you kill him after that.
Yeah, you pretty much put him like the American Alpha, where you just buried everybody in that.
You can put him on SmackDown and have him run through people on SmackDown.
You can have him run through
everybody. Like, if you put him on SmackDown, there's literally no reason not to hand him the championship if you look at the roster and the size difference.
But if you're building up, what you're doing, obviously you give him a couple jobbers the first month.
Oh, this is gonna be total Ryback. He's gonna start with one guy and dismantle him. Then he's gonna take on two, then three.
They shouldn't beat him for a long time if they want to do something.
And I also don't think he should be in the Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Because he'll already have made TV before that.
I agree. Well, he's making TV at TLC. That's a month and a half. I don't think he should be in the Royal Rumble.
I mean, you don't know that for sure.
I think he should have a match at the Royal Rumble. I don't think he should be in the Rumble.
Oh, he'll be in the Rumble.
With everybody injured, they might not be able to afford not to put him in the Rumble.
I understand, but think about that.
You don't know for sure either that TLC is going to be he's coming out. I mean, it's probable, it's possible, it's plausible, but it's not for sure.
I mean, they definitely foreshadowed it.
Right.
That's still, I mean, it could be on Raw the day after TLC.
I like how Smitty's going and writing Lars Sullivan as extras right
I already had him on there already.
You had him on there, crossed him off, and writing him back on there again.
No, I had him in the corner here. Just go ahead and look.
Whatever, no one really cares. Smitty, you're leading this off. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. 3.
Actually, I just let the last one off. I led with Buddy Murphy.
No,
Oh,
I
no,
led with
you
Buddy
led with
Murphy.
Okay.
I have this all marked, sir. I promise. I got you. 3 extras, pin submission or Strowman forfeit. Number of folding tables destroyed, plus or minus 1. Does Heath Slater officiate the match? Yes or no? Smitty.
So this is like you mentioned, like when they kept saying elbow, elbow, and went to shoulder. I'm like, there's going to be probably one of the shortest matches on the card. I have Braun Strowman winning by pinfall. 3 folding tables are going to be broken, and Heath Slater will be officiating the match. I think Heath Slater finally stands up for himself. It's going to be a quick build where he stands up to Corbin.
No, he's going to get scared, and Braun's going to fucking destroy him, and another ref's going to come up. This is if Braun shows up.
Yeah. Z.
All right. So since I said I wasn't changing my card, here is my picks.
You can change it, man.
Car subject to change, bitch.
At the same time,
I know, but
the more we talk about it, the more things will.
It makes more sense to me going forward that Corbin becomes the permanent general manager. Just with the way everything's playing out right now.
I see that happening. That's influencing my pick here. Because I see Corbin being the general manager moving forward.
I don't see him being the permanent. I think they're putting Alexa Bliss in there until she can get cleared.
Not yet. I think eventually Alexa takes over the position, but I think Corbin gets it first.
Right now,
otherwise,
they already
if he
have Paige
doesn't,
on SmackDown.
What was the point of this build, and what do you have Corbin do afterwards?
What do you do with, like you say, unless Lars interferes, what do you have Strowman do after this? You pretty much
have him go sit on the shelf and rehab his fucking shoulder.
Yeah, Strowman's the type of guy they can plug him in anywhere with anyone at any time.
Exactly. He's like the Big Show, just not as goofy. Although they're working.
Yeah, I mean he's well on his way to being that goofy.
With that being said, if Corbin doesn't win this match, that means this whole GM stint and this little trio that he's got going with Drew and Bobby Lashley are all on the foundation that he's going to become the permanent general manager. He doesn't become the permanent general manager. What do you do with Corbin?
He's Stephanie back on TV.
Right, but you take away all Corbin's power, right? What does his character have after that? Nothing. He doesn't even have hair anymore.
He's skinny fat.
He's back on a roster.
So, with that being said, I have Corbin winning by a Braun forfeit, 0 tables destroyed, and yes, Heath Slater will be slated to officiate the match.
I have Braun winning. I have Braun winning because all that changes is nothing other than Braun getting the title shot. Corbin can still be in power. It's just not the permanent general manager position. She didn't say
he would not be.
She was taking him out of the position. She goes, if you win, you will be the permanent general manager.
Yeah, but I feel like if you... So, you mean to tell me if he loses, he's still the general manager, the acting general manager?
Shane McMahon lost at WrestleMania and still got power in SmackDown. Let's not make it seem like this seems so fucking out of the loop to happen, okay?
And this is Raw.
I mean, yeah, they could go on Raw the next day and, the creative had the mentality, well, they won't even remember last night.
They weren't even there.
They won't remember that. It was just last night.
This is fucking Monday Night Raw bullshit.
Barely 2 million people watched this.
Right. And and this is a TLC network pay-per-view. They'd probably be,
not even a real TLC match.
1.7 million on this one.
And it's not like neither one of them really got to climb the ladder. It's pretty much a TLC match where the tables, ladders, and chairs are legal.
So just call it a no DQ match.
Braun by pinfall, 2 folding tables destroyed. And yes, Heath Slater is going to officiate.
So does that mean Heath Slater does not count for unscheduled appearances?
No,
he's on the card.
But referees don't count, and he's only a referee right now.
Hell yeah.
Scratch it off, dim shit. Like, I couldn't call you a dumb shit or a dimwit, so I just gave you both.
And by appearance, you are kind of like dim. So that works.
No, you're the darkest one in here.
Shut up, dick wipe. Dickhead and ass wipe. There we go.
At least I don't wipe it with my mouth. Marcus. Joe.
Like a bunch of ass cheeks.
That's fine. Better than my mouth.
All right, I'm kind of with Z on this one. The more we talk about it, the more I kind of want to change my pick, but I'm going to just stick with it. Baron Corbin, forfeit. And I crossed out, I had 0 written down for the number of folding tables destroyed. I crossed it out to write 1, you know.
Just in case.
But then, like, I was like, I want that exact point bonus. So I put 0. I crossed out 0 to write 0 again. All right. And yes, for Heath Slater, because I think he'll just be there to raise Baron Corbin's hand. You know, with my
and
with
if
my
we're
theory
wrong,
here.
he's there to get destroyed by Braun. So either way, he's gonna be
right. So yeah.
All right. Up next is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, triple threat match for the SmackDown tag titles. Bar defending against New Day and the Usos. 4 extras. It's the only other match with this besides the women's title match for these many extras. Pin or submission, who makes the fall, who takes the fall, member of the New Day excluded from the match. All right, let's talk about the build. First and foremost, this is the weirdest thing about SmackDown. This is the only one that is like, why? Okay? There's no fucking reason New Day's involved in this. None. They were eliminated. Nope. They were eliminated out of the Survivor Series match. Usos won that. The Usos then got another match against the Bar, which they won. New Day did not. New Day lost the tag title match at or Crown Jewel, wherever the fuck they faced it.
It was SmackDown, wasn't it?
Mikey.
You want the reason?
It was on SmackDown 1000.
The reason is so the Bar can win.
You're forgetting
without
something
pinning the Usos, so they can extend that feud a little.
Nobody
bit.
remembers any of that stuff.
They also never did. They ever get their rematch? And they also won a Halloween trick or treat fight.
What?
Did New ever get their rematch for the
Halloween
titles?
trick or treat fight.
The New Day.
There's a credible championship contender match.
And then also New Day have gotten a win over the Bar with the trick or treat fight.
That doesn't count, dude. They got their rematch for the titles at Crown Jewel. They faced the Bar. Bar went in there with the titles. They faced the Bar. That was the rematch.
I know
So we can bitch about I have no problem bitching about Raw's continuity. None at all. None whatsoever. I get it. Most of it is bullshit. And we can talk about how great SmackDown is for writing everything well. But when something this glaring pops up, I'm going to call it out. It doesn't make any sense that the New Day's even remotely involved in this match.
The New Day did get the last match they had. The New Day did win.
That doesn't matter. They've already had the rematch. He's saying there's no reason for them to be in this match.
With just one win over.
Which there's not, other than the fact that
it brings more credibility to the match.
Not more credibility, but it brings more fan attention to the match, really.
Okay, so the New Day is the biggest draw of this match.
But you have your whole tag team division in one match.
Do you really think the New Day is the biggest tag match, biggest tag draw on SmackDown?
I'm not saying that the Bar's not.
I'm not going to argue that. But I think the Usos are the biggest draw.
The Usos are a big draw.
I think the Usos right now are the best tag team in WWE.
Oh, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So and I think that the fans are even
it's weird. They're really on the same page. It's like they're twins.
But in WWE's mind, who's selling more merch?
Okay. Do you know it? I haven't checked the merch sales in quite a while.
I'm sure New Day's outselling.
Very
Usos.
possible.
So in WWE's
they
mind,
just have more merch to sell.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have the Usos have the same shirt they've had for a year.
The Usos have a shirt. The New Day has
got cereal,
500
pancake
things,
mix, fucking shirts, underwear, whatever.
The New Day is more marketable in this match than the Usos in WWE's mind.
But again, the continuity wise, this is a bullshit addition.
Yeah, but and again,
I agree with this.
It's your entire tag division on SmackDown is in one match. Can you name me another tag team on SmackDown that's not injured?
Sanity.
Sanity's not injured. The Colons are not injured.
When was the last time you
Gallows
saw
not
the
injured.
Colons on TV other than Survivor Series?
Anderson and Gallows aren't injured.
Jesse commented, he goes, the Usos have had the same shirt since day one.
That's great.
Jesse did something useful.
Solid.
I don't know if Jesse did something useful.
Wearing this since day one-ish.
All right. So Z, you're leading this one off.
I have the Bar winning by pinfall. Cesaro makes the fall. Kofi takes the fall. Big E will be excluded from the match.
I have Usos.
Usos
by pin. I feel like you kind of have to give it to them now. It doesn't even matter if they don't take the pin. If they didn't win, then they just look like their last 5 times they've gone for the belt, they've not won it. It kind of kills it even more, regardless of if they take the pin or not. Who's going to make the fall? I have the one that's going to make the fall. No, can't get away with that one. Get it? No. The Uso brother.
Which Uso brother?
That might
Jimmy
be,
or Jay?
that may or may not be married to Naomi.
I have
So
Roman.
Jay.
I have Roman Reigns.
I have Roman's cousin.
So Jay's the one that's married to Trinity.
That may or may not be married to Trin.
I
Yeah, I got
Jimmy
out.
was married to Trinity, and
I-
Jay's the other
Jay-
brother. Jay's the one she accidentally names.
They tag in and out.
That makes so much sense.
Super dick.
So which one of them gets to feel the glow, though?
Hopefully none of them. Ew. Oh man. No, I have Jimmy making the fall. Who takes the fall?
Kofi Kingston.
I was literally about to write that, but I think it's gonna be Xavier. Because and I agreed that no, and I think Kofi's sitting out.
See, I was thinking Xavier and Kofi in the match because then you have literally 6 in-ring technicians all at one time.
Right, and
I'm gonna say,
I'm
we'll get to
thinking
mine
Big
here.
E in for Big E to counter the power of Sheamus
And
you
Cesaro.
and you have
So that's a powerhouse,
Xavier
too.
in for the speed.
But
and
see, Xavier
I
looks
understand.
so good in that triple threat match. I think he has to be in this match.
And I think that's the reason he sits out. Because he just did.
So give your picks.
So I have the Bar winning by pinfall. Sheamus is going to pin Xavier Woods. And
You sound stupid.
You just said you thought Xavier Woods is going to sit out, but now you're saying he's going to get pinned.
I wrote that wrong. He's going to pin Kofi, and then Woods is going to sit out.
You're wrong even when you're wrong. It's fucked up. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Whole fucking Joe. Give me your picks.
I got the Bar winning, retaining, pinfall. I got Cesaro pinning Big E.
Biggie.
And
Biggie.
Kofi sitting
How
this
you
one
gonna
out.
do it? And Kofi sitting this one
Kofi.
out.
Kofi is the excluded member.
Kofi Starbucks. Jesse, 2 wrongs make a Smitty.
But guess what? You still lost.
2 wrongs do make a smite. E. Hey, you're dumb. So, Intercontinental
But I'm a
Championship
winner.
match. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. 3 extras, pin, submission, counter, or disqualification. Number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Remember, near fall is any 2 count. Any 2 count, no matter what. And number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1. Aerial moves do not have to connect, but you have to go over, through the ropes, off a turnbuckle, so on and so forth, off the ring apron to the outside. I'm going to be leading this one off, but let's talk about Bane Ambrose, huh? Comes in with his mesh carpet jacket again this week.
No gas mask.
Yeah, well, okay, everyone figured out that was dumb.
Yeah, I'll say he tried that out last week. It didn't work.
Right. Like, maybe if he had come out to the ring again, like, I could see him totally walking to the ring with a gas mask and TLC.
I see what he was going with last week. Like, he attempted to talk in the gas mask for effect, and it didn't fucking work.
Yeah.
So,
And someone probably yelled from the side,
Hey, take the mask off. Vince can't hear you.
hey, you look like that fag from My Bloody Valentine.
"You merely adopted the dog I was born in."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. As soon as I saw him, I was like,
I
what
saw
is
the
he?
coat, and that's what
I
I
was like, what is he, fucking Bane?
Yeah, his Bane Ambrose. Man, I feel like this build is just so lackluster for how great it should be.
And
Why? Because you've already seen it in reverse.
no, it's not even you seen in reverse because even Rollins had J&J security at that point.
How about you make it tight?
It is tight.
I don't believe you. If
That's what
it's
she
constantly
said.
coming loose, it's not that tight.
I can't go any tighter. I feel like
what
I'm
she
gonna break it.
That's what she said.
Mine was a better one than yours, Smitty. Haha.
It was the same fucking thing. Shut your fucking cock holster.
But at a better time.
What was? Damn it! Let me lose my train of thought.
Joe, what do you think? We actually haven't. You know what, Joe? I really want to hear a lot about your opinion on this because you haven't been here for not knocking you, but just the one opinion we really haven't gotten much of for how shitty Raw has been, for all of its ratings and the fucking stuff. It's been you, brother.
So you want me to comment on this?
Let's talk about
Dean
this.
Ambrose and Seth Rollins build.
Yes, this build right now.
Well, as much as I've been publicly known and been very vocal in the past about my feelings about Dean Ambrose and how they're mostly on the negative side.
I forgot you're not here. How do you feel about Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, he kind of sucks.
Hey, losing the Dodgers hat. Can you give me a PBR?
Yeah.
How about a refill on mine there too, there, brother. Thanks.
Although you meant nigger. I'm black. I'm gonna look at the camera right now. Can you see my face?
No, because you're black and it's a racist camera.
That was a Hulk Hogan joke from a black man. I will disclaim myself for that one. They all got the. Is he the worst James
that
Franco?
hard R, dude. The minute that hard R hits, I don't give a shit who it is. It's not cool.
First time.
Oh, all right, Joe. Go ahead. With
I don't even think you're allowed to say that shit anymore. It's about to be 2019.
Nigga, please.
See, that's fine. That's the A.
See, that's the soft ending. Kind of like you give your girlfriend, like,
Or Marcus takes from you. Your soft ending.
All right, okay, so
That's why you lighten it up again.
trying to get back on topic here. Look, I actually was kind of behind Dean Ambrose's heel turn, which is kind of contradictory to what I said earlier when I thought what Ruby Riott did was over the top, because I guess you could say the same thing about when Dean Ambrose was making remarks about
Roman's leukemia.
exactly when
Joe's-
he turned heel. But that I was like, ooh, it's touchy subject. I like
It's
it.
because she's a woman, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I guess I kind of contradicted myself
You massage
because I
this
liked the
pig.
one and I didn't like the other. But anyway, I did think that was a hot button issue that he pressed the button and it worked. And I kind of liked, like, he went from like this guy that was dark and brooding and like not talking and stuff.
Okay, just give him the fucking beer. Now it's distracting.
Which I like. I like that. I like that character. But then, like, it seemed like they did a complete, like, 180 on that. They went from the dark, evil, not talking, brooding guy.
Give me a shot in my ass.
Yeah,
guy.
to this guy who's getting, like, a vaccine in his ass, talking about how the people disgust him, and he's just running his mouth and won't shut up. The
Don't
very
call me
next
that
week.
again.
And it's just like, and it went from, like, pretty cool type character, pretty serious content, to they just turn it into what WWE does, into a fucking cartoon. And that's what they do. I mean, they take guys, I've said it a million times, they take guys and angles and things that you care about and that you should care about because everyone's working hard, everyone's talented. They find a way to make you not give a fuck. I think if they would have just stuck with the original direction they were going with Ambrose right off the rip when he turned heel, I think you'd give a lot more of a fuck about this match than what you're giving right now. At least I would.
I give a fuck about the match. I think it's going to be a good match. I just can't. I just don't understand how Dean Ambrose gets a championship match for beating up the champion. Like, there was no climbing of the ranks, or it's not the title that he never lost or anything like along those lines. He literally came in, beat up Seth Rollins, and now he's the one that gets the title.
Wasn't it kind of like Seth Rollins, like, oh, I want a piece of Dean Ambrose, and I'm going to put my title on the line.
That's what the Bills more so.
Whatever. I just think it's dumb.
No, it wasn't that because they just announced that Seth never said he was going to put his title on.
Dean beat the shit out of him for like the third time in a row, and they're like, "Oh!"
And Seth found out that he was going to be facing.
It was like after Dean burned his tactical vest in
But
that
also,
fake
guess
garbage fire.
who's the acting GM elect right now who's favoring what quote unquote heels.
What are you talking about? This was during Survivor Series. He found out he was a backstage promo after he won the.
Oh yeah, he won against the Nakamura.
Yeah, it was before the men's elimination match.
Good continuity, consistency on Raw. Let's check it up to that then.
No, because that's not.
This is one of the longest running feuds you've had on Raw, so you can't even use the continuity for this one. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins' feud goes back to when Seth turned on the Shield originally.
Does anyone love Smitty's face when he's trying to figure out a reason for why what he said makes sense? Because it's the best.
I took off my glasses so I didn't have to look at Smitty's face.
You got a face for radio too, bitch.
Yeah, now we're on TV.
You have a voice for silent movies as well.
Okay. I'm agreeing with you, Joe. I feel they destroyed this heel turn.
Because I thought it had something.
I'm all right with him burning, when he had the gas all over himself and shit. Everyone's like, okay, come on. But then, the next week, there was the promo in the doctor's office, and then there was the gas mask the week after, and then I agree.
Even the promo with the car and the trash barrel fire.
That was a tactical Vince one.
That was like the beginning of whatever the fuck.
But the shot in the ass, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, or whatever you want to say. You know what I mean?
Like when it came to
that was the jump the shark moment.
I think when it came to this heel turn, they had a good. Initially started off good, then they just start throwing shit at a wall to see what stuck.
No, they should have done the Jericho thing. They should have honestly had Dean say nothing. That would have been a better option.
Or I was okay with the promo in front of the car with the barrel on fire. I was all right with that. But you're right. After that, it shouldn't have went to he shouldn't have continued to talk as much as he did. He got everything off his chest. They asked him what he wanted. He's like, all he had to go is, what do you? I don't need to say anything else. I said everything last
week. But that
week.
car promo is when he talked about how the Shield made him weak.
Right.
It didn't have to be like a permanent thing. Like if he would have for a few weeks kept just dodging answers, giving interviewers the silent treatment or some one-word vague answers,
or even what is that?
Dude,
smell?
it would have fucking finally Dookie. You would have been getting so annoyed and so wanting to hear him talk or whatever. Finally wanting to hear his story. If he would have waited 3-4 weeks and then finally, it would have meant so much more.
I agree with you.
So much more. You would have wanted to hear what he had to say. Now you don't give a fuck.
So you say it's rushed,
and I'm totally okay. Even if it was kind of switched, they had the promo in front of the car, and then when they asked him, well, what about the? I said everything last week. I said everything 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to keep these promos. I'm leaving. I agree with that. I agree.
And you have
something
Seth,
along you want answers. These people don't deserve
each
answers.
week
I said what I needed to say.
You can see it's eating away at Seth even more, and you got Seth needling him to talk and give answers, and he's just not responding. And Seth's just getting more and more pissed off. That would have been much more interesting to me, much more entertaining. I don't know. It just seems so. Obvious.
And is he going to wrestle in a HEPA mask so he doesn't get a disease?
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, that whole thing kind of bro, it seems like you're jocking Marty Scurll a little bit with that shit, dude.
Hell, even Sami Callihan too, because
I haven't been watching much of Impact lately, so I'm not. Than what I saw
before the OVE stuff, because when he first got over there, he was kind of wearing gas masks and bullshit like that.
That unfamiliar to me. I only really saw a little bit of Sammy on the cruise. I don't get the channel that Impact's on, unfortunately.
Yeah, Pop TV doesn't exist on my TV.
And I heard it's a really good show lately. I'd love to watch it. But
that's
okay.
getting so much
back
better.
on topic, getting off topic. I'm aware of that. Caught myself that.
Smitty was about to go on a fucking side.
See, that's why I stopped that cutoff right there.
That's why I love you.
Okay. You got my take on it. That's my take.
All right, so let's go ahead and make the picks here. I start this one off. I have Dean Ambrose going over by pinfall. I think he's taking the title. Number of near falls, I have at 7 and 4 for the number of aerial moves. Smitty.
I have Rollins retaining. I have 10 near falls, 6 aerial moves.
Jesus.
I stayed away from the 9 this time.
Z.
I have Ambrose winning by
Ambrose.
By pinfall.
Ambrosia.
4 near falls and 5 aerial moves.
Okay, Joe.
Fuck, I'm still undecided. I guess I'm just decide right here on the spot.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I'll go Ambrose. I mean, why would they be doing all this?
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
That's the
that's
question.
been the theme of the show. Yeah.
Why is WWE doing all this?
Okay. Yeah, 7 near falls.
By pinfall, you said?
Pinfall, yes,
Yep.
I'm sorry. 7 near falls, and we'll go the same. 7 aerial maneuvers.
All right.
is this a goddamn cruiserweight match?
Well, technically, they are both cruiserweights, even though they may bill them differently.
Up next, Ronda Rousey versus the face breaker with her totem pole.
Dude, Tamina just rubs. She's fucking
That
terrible.
missed neck breaker.
2 extra pin submission counter or disqualification. Match time bell to bell in minutes, plus or minus 1. Oh, all right. I started off when I was talking about it saying Nia Jax cuts promos like white people cook chicken. Bland and boring.
Hey, I barbecue some pretty good chicken.
You're Jewish. You're not white.
I mean,
If you were white, you wouldn't have.
He
Look,
uses
man,
kosher salt.
all I'm saying
He's
is
got a point there.
you were persecuted.
Not
You're
totally white.
Yeah, you were persecuted.
I mean,
You're
you know
not
how to use an oven, right?
That's right. I mean, I know how to get out of one. That's why I'm still here.
If there's anything Joe loves, it's anything about baking.
Use the barbecue for everything. Fuck that oven.
That shit's outside. I can run away.
Right? You better hope we can smoke some cupcakes.
I use charcoal and I got a wood burning stove. Fuck that gas shit.
And then Smitty's like, yeah, fuck this gas shit. I'm
whole
really
different-
sad you did not spit that out.
Whole different term for blowback.
That was, oh man, that's. Don't you wish Orlando was here to defend your love? Defend of your love. He's your Madonna.
Look, talk about the wrong stuff.
You'll get every fucking STD ever if you even touch Madonna.
I already have an STD.
I thought that
her
was
name's
going
Michaela.
completely different.
Oh, my KID joke
She
goes
was a
back.
definitely sexually transmitted daughter. Got her for a little over 18 years.
Like I said, it's the one disease that never goes away, at least for 18 years.
All right,
It's your
so
deadbeat.
Joe, we're gonna lead with you again. How do you feel about this?
About Ronda Rousey?
This whole build,
and
dog.
Nia Jax?
Yeah. Rousey, Jax, TLC. Straight up match.
Also to be found in Mortal Kombat.
Okay, honestly, I really don't even know how it started other than when, and I haven't been here when right after this happened, so I'll comment just real quickly on it. I don't know how this build started other than when Ronda was walking into the back after she got her ass handed to her by Charlotte Flair, and the crowd, for some unknown reason, booed her for that, which I don't know why. But all I know is, like, right before she went back into Gorilla, Corey Graves goes, and she's got Nia Jax next.
Because Nia won that battle royal.
That battle
At
royal.
the WWE Evolution.
Yeah.
Nia won
Okay,
that
Which
battle royal.
led up to their title match, and then she broke Becky's face, and they've kind of been running with that ever since.
Okay. so
Poorly, too.
all right. So then, all right, that's a positive for me then. All right. I mean, I guess the build's been all right. It's just been, I think they had the right intentions in the right spots and positions in mind. I just think, like, the people involved maybe poorly executed it a little bit. Like,
The road to hell is paved in good. The road to hell is paved in good intentions. I'm quoting my mom.
okay, well, Nia's promos, we've already commented on those. We don't need to go on that anymore. They've been what they were. Ronda Rousey's still trying to find her way as a performer or character. Like, in ring, she's solid, but, you know,
Yeah, that whole acting aspect of it.
she's still trying to get there on that. Tamina's, like, useless. Like,
What are you talking about?
she
She's amazing.
She wrestles like shit. She talks like shit, and she looks like shit.
Will you stop comparing her to shit? Shit is so much better than that.
Yes.
So I mean,
I know a lot of brothers that are fucked Tamina. I'm not one of those brothers, but still.
that has
What does that fucking
what
do
to
with
do with
anything?
anything?
That's a lie.
You say you look like she looks like shit. I'm like,
Dude,
I know
no
I got-
offense, but
Smitty's
brothers
totally
fuck
rubbed
women
one
that
out
look
to
like shit
Tamina.
all the time. Especially when they need their rent paid.
I fucked a credit slump buster once or twice.
Is it really a slump buster if you're doing it for credit?
Right, dude, that's not a slump buster. That's like a
I said credit.
I need to
slump.
not be
credit
homeless.
slump.
Credit
That's like
slump
a
buster.
I need to not be homeless buster.
Yeah, that's credit slump.
That's a
Like,
credit
you needed
slump.
money.
Oh, okay. All right.
You should understand You should understand that better than anybody.
Why? I don't have to fuck people
yeah,
to
he
not
has
stay
money.
homeless.
She's got money.
That's my whole point. He's got the money.
So
You know,
why
women
would he
are-
understand fucking
His women
someone
are those
for
credit
money?
slump busters.
What?
His women are those credit slump busters.
No, you talk. What are you talking about?
I'll fuck at you, lady. I'll fuck at you, bro.
Oh, you're so
to
stupid.
pay my rent.
But
No, keep going.
Continue, Joe. Just I don't want to hear Smitty anymore.
The build's been, yeah, it's been like a Cali opinion build, a meh build. It's not been like, it's not been like super terrible.
Even she was here since you've been here.
I was here when she was here.
Oh yeah, that's
Is
right.
that the last
It was
time
just
you
me,
were
you, and her.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I think that was the last time I was here.
Everyone, Smitty's mic is muted and it's beautiful, isn't it?
I can yell.
We know.
Yeah,
You're gonna get us all in trouble.
It's
Stop
not.
it.
It's not a movie. Calm down.
The build has just been
Military voice.
Cali-ish meh.
Yeah.
And that is it.
A Cali-ish man. I like that.
Smitty.
Don't care. Been there, done that,
Anybody
seen
just
it.
see? We went from fucking. Yeah, don't care. I've been there, seen it.
He only likes to talk really loudly when other people are talking. When it's his turn, he doesn't know what the fuck to say.
Oh no, I have a microphone now. That's all it really was.
You always had a microphone.
No, when you muted my mic,
I want to hear your opinion on this. You're making this show
Once
run
again,
forever.
I said, been there, done that. We've seen this build, and it's nothing new. Only the different thing that's different is Tamina's involved in Ember Moon.
All right, Z.
Well, if they wouldn't give Nia a mic and just had her look at her fist, that would be a plus. I really don't care about this match. I honestly think Ronda's going over, and it's going to lead. I think Ronda's holding the title to Mania. So this honestly means nothing.
I see after.
You gotta talk into the mic, bro.
Oh, sorry. But I think Ronda's holding the title until Mania, so I really don't care about this feud at all. I think this is just a way to make Ronda look a little more dominant and to.
So I said earlier, it's just another win to pad her win total.
Well, okay.
always
So
feud.
let's put it into the new aspect then. Are we getting sick of Ronda getting all these random wins?
Not really.
No,
Not yet.
I'm getting sick. Every time, and I've kind of stuck my foot in my mouth every time I said this because the first Nia Jax Ronda Rousey match, I crapped all over it. Like, who the fuck wants to see this? It's dumb build. Nobody cares about. They delivered, right? If I would have been here, I would have crapped on like, oh, they're going to Charlotte and Rousey too quickly here. But come on, that was fucking something
Phenomenal.
something spectacular. Although I thought they should have kept Ronda off TV a couple weeks after, and they kind of blew their load with that. But that's another story for another day. But so every time that I've kind of like went into a match thinking, like a Ronda Rousey match, thinking the booking was bad or the opponent was off or something, she's proved me wrong and had a good match. Is what I'm trying to say.
Is that because you come in with low expectations at that point?
No, it's because she has.
No, it's because she fucking
performed.
delivers, dude.
Yeah, she's a good in-ring performer.
I'm
she's
not-
picked
I'm not-
up on that.
I'm
That
talking about-
aspect
no,
of
I'm saying,
business
no, his
is very
fault.
Tell me
good.
the last
You said
night.
you shouldn't-
Whoa.
Tell me the last Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey match wasn't a pretty badass match.
I'm not
It
saying it
was.
wasn't bad. I'm gonna say it wasn't bad. I'm gonna say like, but we go into this because of the build with low expectations. Am I correct?
So yeah, I mean, I guess anything good would be a pleasant surprise, is what you're getting at.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's true,
But
but that doesn't. But
I'm not discrediting Rousey.
all right, I was about
by
to say
any means.
that doesn't mean that Rousey's not having a great match at the same time. You know.
but we go into these with lower expectations.
But to answer your original questions, I am completely okay with Ronda picking up these random wins because I think she's going to get Becky at WrestleMania. I think somehow, some way, Becky may win the Royal Rumble. Maybe she'll lose her championship.
Yeah,
this Sunday,
that might
win
be
the Royal Rumble, and then she gets to pick Ronda, and they get their.
That's the way.
And I think that's what you're building up for, and I think that's why you took her out in the beginning because you're like, oh wait, why are we going to do this here? With everybody wanting to see this match, we're going to do this at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
like that was a good audible.
I think they called. Yeah, that's the word I was just about. They called an audible on the road to WrestleMania. I'm sure
which is one of the better audibles they've called.
Original plan penciled in was Flair and
they
Rousey, but
they didn't think
Becky's so fucking white hot right now.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
go with it.
And a broken face also factored into.
And at least they're doing that with the women. Like they've kind of overlooked.
and that's
the
a good
white-hot
thing,
men.
man. And stacking these wins up for Rousey is another good thing. Because back in the day, old schools, that's how they would build someone, Everything's 50-50 nowadays. They don't really build anyone.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, you should hate it.
No, I hate them giving Rousey all these wins right now.
You hate that?
Yeah.
Why? That's how you
Here's
build.
why.
That's how you build a star.
Let me explain why. No, because the problem with this is.
What if they would have
Listen to me. Let me
All right.
answer. So, Ronda Rousey going into these matches, do you think she has a shot at losing?
No.
That's the problem. Asuka's amazing build in NXT was built on all those wins, and every time you thought, man, majority of times you thought, man, Asuka could possibly lose this match. And that's the problem. I have no problem with building Rousey up with wins.
I've got a counterpoint to that
I have
statement.
a problem with Ronda Rousey building being
as well.
Cool. Go with your counterpoints.
I think that Asuka actually let her opponents have too much in a lot of those matches, and she should have came off stronger.
And mine was different. I said I think they took the NXT build of Asuka and they're putting it onto Rousey.
No, I don't agree with that.
You gonna finish your statement now? Or?
Yeah, let me finish my statement. When Asuka was built up, when any of the old school people were built up in wrestling, maybe outside of Andre, right?
Dude, what if they would have beat Hogan and Warrior? They would have never been the stars they were. What if they would have, when Austin got hot, what if they would have beat him?
Austin did lose.
Yeah,
Only-
the best part of Austin's run was him chasing. He didn't really hold the title
He
very
lo- he-
long.
One of Austin's best matches is him not tapping and still losing.
That was
Bret Hart,
that was right on
WrestleMania
his
13,
comeuppance. Like
That was his come up.
when he was super hot, man. Austin only lost because of shenanigans.
Just like Cena.
Okay, but he still lost.
Yep.
Right now, the problem is Ronda Rousey has no chance of losing. I have loved watching the matches because the matches are good. And again, I'm not like telegraphing the fucking Ruby Riott fucking
Predictable
Natalia thing.
isn't always bad
I'm
if
not
predictable
arguing
makes
that.
sense.
What I'm saying is it's too predictable. I knew that this build for when Ruby Riott walked out with the table, I knew Neidhart was on that fucking table.
I didn't. When you said that earlier, I was thinking, I didn't
Really?
know that.
I thought it had
Yeah.
something to do with Jim. I didn't know he was going to be on a table.
Right, it was. I didn't know if it was a table, what it was. But
mean,
either
but-
way, if you pulled that call away, I knew something about Jim the Anvil Neidhart was involved because
And
he's
it
been
had to
involved
be-
in everything
Yeah, I
else.
was going to say, that's what this entire feud is about.
So this whole build with Ronda, I want to feel like someone can beat her, and that should have been Nia Jax, because with this situation, Nia didn't lose the last match they had. That's not been mentioned at all. Alexa Bliss interfered in that match and caused fucking gave Ronda the win by DQ because she hit fucking Ronda. So Ronda got the win by DQ, and then Alexa beat the shit out of Nia, right? And
Who was
then
champion at the time.
and then cashed in her briefcase and won, right?
So that's
Nia, so this build there's nothing in this build that makes me feel Ronda could lose. And if you
I'm not
don't,
disagreeing with you
And
on
if you
that.
don't go into a match with someone could lose, regardless if they're on an undefeated streak or not, that's my problem. That's why we said maybe they gave Ronda the title a little too soon.
I'll disagree with
I
you.
agree with that.
Okay.
I'll disagree with
Hold
you
on.
here because throughout the course of the match, they can change your mind. And Ronda has sold to the point in matches where you think like she's getting her fucking ass whipped. And she was getting ragdolled by Nia in their last match. And Charlotte beat the fuck out of her in the last match. And she's
shown vulnerability.
And there was just like Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar when Bryan started making his comeback. You're like, fuck, man, is he gonna win this match? Did you give any thought to Bryan winning that match going in? No.
I had him winning the match, by the way.
That's because you are stupid.
The point is like at some point in the match, your suspension of disbelief, they got you going like, fuck, man, is he gonna pull this off?
But
and that can be done during the match.
That will not happen this match, though.
To
really?
us,
You don't know that.
Hold on. To us, we're smarter than your average fan. That's why we have a fucking podcast. So to us, we know that fucking Ronda's probably going to hold the belt to Mania.
I think
and take
after.
on Becky or whatever, but we think she's going to hold it for a while. To the average fan,
Lift your mic up, dude. The front is the mic, not the top.
All right. To the average fan or the casual fan, you tune in and you see little Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax, you're thinking, oh, there's no way Ronda's
That big
gonna
bitch about
beat
to whip her ass.
Right. But to us, you're smarter. Even the way they've been building it.
Why? Why would you think that? Ronda Rousey runs down to the fucking ring. Nia Jax, who touted, I can beat the shit out of her, I'm not afraid, fucking hightails it.
That's a
That's
classic heel move, though.
That's not a classic heel move for someone that's standing in the middle of the ring saying, I can kick everyone's fucking ass and I'm
Sure
not
it
afraid
is.
of
It's a
anyone.
squirmy
Heels
heel
do that
move.
all the time.
Not someone as big and bad. I'm a fucking
I'm-
6 foot 300. You never
I
saw
don't know
Big
about
Show
that.
run away from someone.
I'm
when you
sure
saw-
we have.
Yeah, I would put
I
Del
think
Rio.
even Andre's done that shit, dude, in his later days.
And there's also heels do it. They're like, oh no, not on my time.
Yeah,
Chicken
because
shit
it
heels
may
do,
not
dude.
because they're scared. It may be because they want to do shit on their terms.
I just said that. Like
I know
I mean,
he's-
and Daniel Bryan did the exact same thing. Granted, he's not as big as Nia Jax, but he told AJ he's going to whoop his ass, and then AJ comes running down to the ring. Bryan gets out of the ring. Later that night, he takes out his fucking knee. I mean, it's literally the same.
But Brian's not standing in the middle of the ring talking about he's the most dominant person in the wrestling. He's not in his division. Not once.
fair enough.
Brian's heel persona is he's ripping on
Brock
the fans.
Lesnar's taken powder backed out of the ring.
And
for
we
God.
bitched about that too. Why did you run away from Braun Strowman? Everyone bitched about that. Everyone said, Brock, you're the biggest fucking dude in the world. Why are you supposedly running away from Braun Strowman? But now it's okay that Nia did it?
All I'm saying is take away what I know about wrestling. Like, all of it. Erase my memory. And I'm looking at the match like, oh, Ronda versus Nia. Nia's going to win, right? I mean, that makes sense to me in real life.
No.
Maybe not. Not if you're.
I'm not saying watching the build. I'm saying looking at, okay, I look at the poster. I see this big fucking Amazon Nia versus Ronda Rousey, and I'm like,
not if you know Ronda's UFC pass.
And that's the thing.
my point is the casual
that's
fan
not wrestling.
looking at it, knowing nothing, would be like, oh, well, the big girl's going to win.
Sorry, the casual fan still does know who Ronda Rousey
Exactly.
is.
Casual fans still going to know she was in UFC.
Yeah, but Ronda was in a certain weight class when she was in the UFC. She's never faced anyone as big as Nia. As far as the casual fan is concerned.
But Ronda's not. The problem is Ronda's not being built as the underdog in this feud at all.
She's built like Cena or she's built like Roman.
No, what? No, even they were.
No, yeah,
dude,
I was saying,
Cena
even
would
they
have
had-
his ass beat. Fucking Roman's got.
No,
yes.
you said build, not like you're not built as an underdog. Like you said, as an underdog. You're not. Those guys are never built as really underdogs.
Cena was in the beginning of his run. That's why it made him so fucking popular. And so was Roman. And it wasn't until they started booking him as a superhero that he started getting booed.
This is a ignorant build for a situation that they are trying to build. Ronda Rousey should never have ran to that ring. She shouldn't. She shouldn't have, because the minute you put them next to each other and fucking Nia doesn't try to fight her, you make Nia, everything Nia fucking said just goes out the window.
Well, the bigger problem is if you have Ronda beat Nia and then have Becky come in and beat Ronda, by proxy, that means Nia is nothing anymore. Like, what is Nia? That means Becky can beat Nia, right? Because, Ronda did, and Becky beat Ronda. You know what I'm saying? Like, going forward. So, I don't know. I I feel like they are dropping the ball with Nia. I feel like they should have gave Nia the championship way back and had Ronda chasing.
You could say I feel like they're dropping the ball and have a blank line and insert random superstar here.
In a Raw,
It's not.
in a Raw Women's
Absolutely
division.
right. I'm just saying, in this particular situation, I think they gave Ronda the title too early.
We all said that.
They should have had her chase it. I mean, but we all said that. But then when we saw her in-ring performance, we're like, all right, she's not that bad. Like, let's see what happens. But WWE loves making people chase shit. Like, that's how they get people over. And for some reason, they didn't do that with Ronda. They're just like,
They don't love that so much anymore.
It used to be the formula, though.
Yeah, but
not looking for star
long
power.
time
Like
ago.
you'd start a guy out at the beginning of the
They've
year,
been
and he'd
doing
literally
this
chase champion all the way to
nonsensical
WrestleMania.
booking for a long time now.
And they see when they see Ronda, they see star power. Put your title on a star.
All right, let's
Yeah,
let's all right,
and
let's,
it's got you the lowest ratings in all of history in the past 3 weeks. So
That's not
her
Ronda.
star
That's
power,
not because of Ronda.
It's not a Ronda.
Yeah, but her star power is not helping. Is my point.
Her star power is probably the reason they have that rating.
Yeah, I think her
But if she's got so much star power, why are the ratings so low?
because
Because
everything else
shit.
sucks, man.
Everything else is shit.
They're putting a
was in the
shitty
second
product
hour.
on TV,
her fucking build is shit too, dude.
but it's not her
It's
fault.
not her fault.
Oh, I'm not gonna put it directly on her.
I'm saying like the reason the ratings could be the ratings are not lower is because of Rousey's star power.
Dude, they can make it.
Actually,
You
no.
don't
I'm
know
gonna
that.
argue that too because her segments are some of the lowest rated segments.
Yeah, and in fact, the second hour was when she was on TV,
And that could
it
be
was one of the lowest hours
because
I've
what
ever
we're
had.
talking. That could be because of Nia and not necessarily Ronda's fault too.
Yeah,
We're all
it's
sitting here
her
bitching
angle.
about Nia.
Either
Yeah.
way, I think they're both still at. I think it's a collective thing, not
Right.
one or the other.
Let's get our picks done. Smitty, you're leading this one off. Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax with Tamina. 2 extras, pin submission, countout, or disqualification. Match time, bell to bell, and minutes plus or minus 1.
I have Ronda Rousey winning by submission. 13 minutes. 13-minute match time.
All right, Z.
Ronda submission, 12 minutes.
All right, Ronda submission, 12 minutes as well. Joe.
I got Ronda submission 14 minutes.
All in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
A minute apart.
Right. Yeah. The only one like Joe could get points, or Z and I could get points.
I get exact.
We don't know what Orlando's picking yet, so.
True, and well as what it states right here. SmackDown Women's Championship TLC: Becky Lynch trying to retain her belt against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. 4 extras. First superstar to climb the ladder. That means both feet on a rung, even the bottom rung. First superstar to touch the championship. Not grab the championship, Smitty. First superstar to touch the championship and not win. Last superstar to touch the championship and not win. And number of chair shots plus or minus 1. As it states for chair shots, all instances of a chair shot being swung or thrown by a superstar and hitting the opposing superstar are totaled.
It has to connect, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a
Does
chair
not
shot.
count if the chair is stationary and a superstar hits it, a.k.a. in a turnbuckle. That's not a chair shot.
Or
Yeah, they got to actually be in the
face it
swinging.
when they sweep them to the chair. And,
Or DDT them into a chair. Ooh.
no, I'm talking about like the front when you kind of trip them up and when they have the chair set up already. You know what I'm talking about?
Into the turnbuckle.
I think a chair
No, what I
shot
just
is
said.
just
No,
swinging. off
so
the
so
chair.
you know what I'm talking about when they have the chair set up in the middle of the ring and they'll like.
It's like a
sweep
Rey
'em.
Mysterio.
Oh, and hit him
move
onto the
that-
seat of the
yeah,
chair.
They do
and
like a
then-
toe
yeah.
drag into a.
Yeah, toe drag. That's the term I was looking for.
I don't know, man. I would feel like that would be a chair shot. Like if you're thrown into the chair on the ground, like the move directly into. Maybe not. Whatever.
I think that'll be the same.
I mean, it
impact
says
as
chair shots, not use of chair. I mean,
So this build, Asuka standing with the kendo stick at the end of SmackDown.
this is the
It
part-
sealed her
thi-
fate.
This is the part I fell asleep for.
So it seals her fate. That's the reason I picked Orton. It's kind of like that 50-50 WWE booking. In a go-home show, if you get the upper hand, 9 out of 10, those guys lose.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good assumption because it does happen quite a bit.
No, I agree. Yeah, yeah. And
I'm not saying it happens 100% of the time.
I said
but
90%.
Solid
I said 90.
95%.
So I even said 90. Like 90% of the time, when in a go-home show, if that person has a clear upper hand, that is the person who ends up losing at the pay-per-view.
All right,
gonna
so
argue it.
what'd you pick? Man.
you're actually leading this one off, Z.
All right, so I have Becky retaining. I have Asuka being the first superstar to climb the ladder. I have Charlotte being the first superstar to touch the championship. I have Asuka being the last superstar to touch it and not win. And I have a total of 14 chair shots.
That's a lot of chair shots. Well, it's just Mankind versus The Rock.
There's 3 people. I figure 5 apiece. That's 15, but we'll go 14 in case it's less.
I have Asuka winning. And I have Charlotte being the first superstar to have both feet on a rung. Becky being the first superstar to touch the championship, last superstar to touch the championship and not win as well. And the number of chair shots I have at 13.
I have Becky Lynch retaining the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. First superstar to climb the ladder will be Charlotte. The first superstar to touch the championship will be Charlotte. The last superstar to touch the championship without winning will be Asuka. 10 chair shots.
Joe.
All right, I got Becky Lynch winning. I think I got the opposite of Z here. I got Charlotte climbing the ladder first, or both feet on the rungs first. First superstar to touch championship, I got Asuka. Last superstar to touch and not win, Charlotte. And chair shots, I'll go with 11 again. Got that a few times on here tonight.
All right.
I had 2 10s because I didn't want to have 3 9s.
WWE Championship match. Daniel Bryan defending his title against AJ Styles in AJ Styles contractual rematch. 3 extras, pin, submission, countout, or disqualification. Number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Again, any 2 count is considered a near fall. And the match time, bell to bell, in minutes, plus or minus 1. I'm leading this one off. Daniel Bryan is going to retain in a submission. Number of near falls I'm going to have at 6. And match time, bell to bell, in minutes, I'm going to put at 14. Smitty.
I have Daniel Bryan winning by pinfall. Number of near falls, I'm changing from a 9 to a 7.
Okay.
I'm trying to say third 9.
It's okay, man. You can say
Yeah,
it.
if you want to say 9, you can say 9.
It's really okay.
I'm just trying to get through the picks now because we're over.
Okay, so and match
Z
bell
has to be
time.
up early in the morning.
Match time 22 minutes.
All right. Z.
I got Daniel Bryan by pinfall, 4 near falls, 25-minute bell to bell.
All right. Joe.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan. I'm actually going to go submission.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't know.
Just because, I don't know, AJ kind of tapped
with
on
the
that
leg.
weird tap last time. I don't know. I could see him doing it maybe. Near falls. Fuck, I don't know. Go 11.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
How long's the match going to be? 45 minutes, Joe?
We're looking at Ziggler Rollins.
What, like Randy and, Steamboat had like 22 and 20, 25-minute match.
How long is this match?
24 minutes.
He's saying they're putting on Steamboat Savage.
All right, Smitty, announce table destruction. Announce table destruction.
Here. Why not?
You're going to put an X over the table you think is going to be destroyed, a circle around the one that you feel is surviving.
I think the English and the Spanish go, the other stays.
All right.
I have the English being destroyed and the other 2 being saved.
I have English and Spanish being destroyed, other being saved.
I got English and other being destroyed, Spanish being saved.
Really?
Yeah, man.
The table that's destroyed every time there's a destruction. You have the.
Well, actually, no, the last 2,
Last
the
time
Spanish,
didn't
the last 2
survive.
had to survive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
the last
English
2,
went.
it's
The English and the other have gone for the last couple.
All right, unscheduled appearances. Z, you're leading this one off.
All right, I have Lars Sullivan, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Bobby Roode, and Ember Moon.
All right. Wait, Lars Sullivan, Dolph Ziggler,
The Miz, Bobby Roode, and Ember Moon.
All right. I also have Lars. I have Lars, son of a bitch. AOP. No, I'm taking away AOP. Fuck them. Lars, Ember, Ziggler. Hold on, I'm not done. Bobby Roode. No, I'm just kidding.
I had Rude and Gable, but then I realized Ember's probably going to come out during that Ronda match, so I crossed out Chad Gable and put Ember Moon.
Yeah.
That's where I took off Bailey.
Because there's going to be some kind of mention of the new tag team champions. Whether
Right.
or not it's a vignette or nothing or not is up.
I think I'm going to put AOP back on. Yeah, so Lars, Ember Moon, Ziggler, and AOP.
So I have The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, and Lars Sullivan.
Why Sasha? Just out of curiosity.
If they're seriously hitting toward these titles, you're going to see either Banks or Bailey somewhere on this
But
card.
there's no women's tag match, so
Sasha and Bailey could maybe.
But then
come
also-
out, they
it
could
also-
come out to help Natalia.
Look at that, Natalia. Also, actually, let me say Sasha put Bailey on it because Bailey was part of the Mixed Match Challenge. And the last match with Cruz and Bailey, she could come out and help with that.
I'm not going to argue. Yeah, Joe.
I'm gonna have Bailey instead of Banks though.
I got Ember Moon, Dolph Ziggler, Miz, Banks, Lars Sullivan.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us. Make sure you get your own Pro Wrestling Scorecard. You can get this at PW Scorecards on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can get your own. Make TLC worth watching for yourself, man, because the build for it has been fucking shit. The ratings for each show before it have been fucking shit. So if you're going to watch it, at least have fun. Tell your friends how much better you are than them. You can teabag them. You can have all the fun that
My
you
favorite
want.
action.
Yeah. How was Marcus?
See how excited he got when you mentioned teabagging?
Right, he's like, I love balls in my face. Nom, 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 nom.
I'm a teabagger.
Look, there you go again with the hard
You're the
R.
teabagette.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Thank you guys for fucking tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media at BDRcast. If you're listening live or watching live, thank you so much. Go follow our social media accounts at BDRcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen to the podcast, to your podcast. If you missed anything, you can catch up on it. Apple Podcasts, Overcast, all that stuff. Just type in Breaking Down the Ring. You'll find us. If you are listening on podcast, if you are listening on our podcast, make sure you guys are while you're listening. Give us a 5-star rating. Check us out every Wednesday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys go on Periscope or Twitter, we do the live video play. We do live studio. If you download the Podcast Detroit app, Studio One every Wednesday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are your ring crew.
BDR's real nigga, Smitty.
Like, the only time you can use the hard R is when you're giving our initials.
Notice how we made fun of him for being gay and he no longer eats pussy. That's what he said in the beginning of the show.
I gotta be a real nigga because then apparently I've offended people with a hard R.
Okay.
I wasn't offended.
Yeah, I was good with it. You can use it all you want. I use it.
N-I-double go.
No, you don't.
You're at it now.
You won't be walking if you did.
Shut up.
What? N-I-double go
You got longer legs. It's easier to break yours.
Smitty's champion and everyone else's champion. Whole fucking Joe.
Juzzy.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for listening. We are out.